Yo, what's going on everybody? This is Ike here, and today we're going to be bringing you guys some more Top Survivor rank. We're going to be playing some Thief, we're going to be playing, I don't know, maybe some Patient. I don't want to do any specific Survivor today, we're just going to chill today, do some good old Top Survivor rank. And if you guys enjoy, be sure to like the stream, be sure to subscribe if you're new around here. With that being said guys, we're going to be playing with Snapple today. And we're going to be starting right here, right now. So welcome everyone to the stream. How you guys doing? We got Oka, we got Yuns. Oh, Fafa is here. What's up, Fafa? Fafa IDV? Is this the real Fafa? Welcome, Nico, Oka. KB's here. Welcome, KB. And we got Fluffball with the hellos. Thank you so much. Fluffball for coming in. Psyche, why you late? I don't know, man. I was just really tired. I had a prep. Miyuiruma. Man, that's really close to Murma, but I think this is the same peddler from last stream. It was not yesterday. We did not stream yesterday. This is the same player from a couple days ago, right? Your name looks familiar, but I didn't realize how close it is to something else. Murma. Who remembers that person? Jeez, what happened to her? She just disappeared. That's the story. Guys, why is it with every IDV creator that something tragic happens to them? When I say tragic, I don't mean like a pity sort of tragic way. I mean something they did really bad. Like I don't know if every consecrated fell in that case. I think a lot of them just quit, like Mumu. But dude, why? What happened? What happened to all our IDV consecrators? Why are they all doing some random stuff? You guys know who I'm talking about right now. We got something like that going on right now. It's the same thing. I'm telling you guys, every single time. Every single big consecrator, they fall in the same thing. I'm the only one here. I'm the only one still left after all these years. Dude, what is happening? Can we just get one solid consecrator that just actually sticks around? Seki, please don't be involved in controversy. I'm not. I don't have anything to add to the controversy going on right now, and I don't have anything to add myself about it. We're sticking in for the long haul. We're still here. Until I quit this game, that's when I'm gonna leave IDV. But man. You think so? You think so? Something happened to Murma? I don't even know what happened to Murma. I don't even remember. You miss Gaming Grizzly? Gaming Grizzly! Guys, there we go. We found one person. You're right. Gaming Grizzly is one of the few people who did not go out in like a blast of not glory. The opposite of whatever the hell glory is. Because that is exactly what is happening to so many IDV consecrators over the years. Not all at once, of course, but just over the years. You see it so often. What happened to Gaming Grizzly? I don't know. He just stopped playing IDV, as far as I know, right? I don't think anything happened to him. He just stopped playing, right? Am I wrong about that? Dude just stopped playing, I think. It's nothing crazy, you know? It is what it is. Okay, thank God he missed his jump, but I'm pretty sure he still has a jump available, right? Or is he on cooldown? I really hate going against Lizard as Thief. Because it's kind of like just this annoying game of predictions. Like, who can predict the other player more? Pretty much is what's going on here. Does he have a jump back already? Nope, he doesn't, so that's going to be a nice flashlight stun. I'm thinking we'll just flywheel the next jump. I don't really want to stick around trying to flashlight him in that area. Let's see what he does. He actually goes for the swing. Good flywheel, and now we're going to get rid of the dash. Or not the dash, but the jump. You guys know what I mean. That's not going to hit. I'm sorry, man. And you're getting stunned for that. I want to see if we can mind game him here. No, we're not going to go for it. He's not jumping. You really want to see if they commit for it. If they're not going to commit, I would not commit. Unfortunately, he just kind of ran right in the middle. That is how it is with Lizard, unfortunately. It is what it is. He has peepers, so he's always getting stunned by that. And we're going to get rid of his jump. We're going to make sure we're not going to get caught by any jumps here. But we do have to be careful here because he can still do that. Maybe we can dodge it. Tough. It is what it is, but that was still a pretty decent kite. We should be able to get a win here. That was a pretty good winning kite. As long as the 4 can pop his Cypher, which he did, this should be a win. Unless something happens with the rescue. That would be the only way at this point. But right now, this Hunter is going to lose if if everything goes our way, pretty much. This is at this point, this is like the easy part of the game. We'll see if he has like a flywheel or something. I guess if he doesn't have Tide Turner, okay, he has Tide Turner, so at this point, there's not a whole lot this hunter can do. We're just gonna go in the corner. It's gonna be a matter of time. We even know where basement is, and I'm actually gonna avoid running in that corner, even though it is a slightly longer chair. I'm pretty sure I don't want to get chaired by the Cypher right now. Right now, he wants to chair on the Cyphers. We're not gonna let him have it. So this is. Oh no! Why is the forward going for that? Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate. I really was hoping the Psychologist would just heal him and then he goes for a second rescue. We didn't need that. We didn't need that. Thankfully, Psychologist is nearby to rescue. So as long as the Meteorologist just lets her pop first, we should be fine here. There we go. As long as the Meteorologist doesn't pop on accident now. She even has Flywheel, which is technically not necessary. So that's technically a waste of Flywheel because she anyway survives a Smash plus Basic. She should save that for when Hunter has Detention. Honestly, that's when she should be using it. We're not going to vault that right away because I don't want to get hit in the middle of that. And I am going to take this tram right here just to guarantee us surviving. Hold up. We actually might not survive here necessarily. Okay, that might be even better than taking the tram now. Because we're just going to run under this building and he can't jump on us anyway. You guys see this building is going to block him. And so that's actually even better. That doesn't hit. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm not even going to use my fly. I know that doesn't hit. Use Rainfall. That still doesn't hit. I swear, man. I know these Hunters' hitbox is better than their own hitbox. It's kind of funny. Oh, man. I'm not even looking back. I didn't think he'd go for that. Alright, it's fine. But at this point, that's a pretty good, pretty safe win at that point. Again, really, really unnecessary move from that forward there. Like, especially when I died in that corner, I didn't even give him anything to work with. I purposely died in that corner because I know just Tide Turner, heal the forward with Psychologist. We win. We win. We don't need support from him. We don't need any risky stuff. And on top of that, even if the Lizard, I called him Professor. Even if the Lizard doesn't pick up there and chases the forward would probably die there. Because I didn't die in a good area for him. I didn't die in a place where he can survive. And that was on purpose, because we don't need it. We don't need it, we just need a long chair. And honestly, the long chair is honestly, if anything, unnecessary. It's just, turns out it was necessary there because he ended up going out. But it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Thankfully, the Lizard didn't go after the forward. It would have been, it would have been pretty hard for him to win at that point still. But it could have been worse. He could have gone after, like, the forward, picked him up on chair. It's more of a chance that our survivors don't know what to do. Although it is pretty simple. I would say it's pretty simple for Psychologist to just go rescue, right? I would think so. But you never know. You never know what could happen. So, the hardest part is the kite, really. That's really the hardest part. If your survivor can get a 3-cypher kite, if they can just kite by themselves, that's the #1 way of winning. Not by decoding with decoders fast, not by trying to hide. Although hiding is effective if it works, it's risky because you're going to give a free hit right away if they find you. The most reliable way to win in this game is if someone does a 3-cypher kite, you guys just don't even need to do anything. All the other survivors just literally just need to walk. Walk around, go to the right place at the right time. It's a 3-person escape at that point. The only way it could possibly get ruined is if they'll go down really quickly after the pop or something like that. Maybe the pop was late or something like that. That would be one of the only ways. But it would be really tough for the Hunter to come back. At least if he would have been playing like a comeback Hunter like Wu Chang, something like Wu Chang or Dream, which definitely could come back. Shadow's another one. Lizard, he does have mobility. It's just there are a couple places on the map where you just go underneath a building. And it's just completely unlike other maps where usually there's not like a very low roof below you. Eversleeping is one of the only maps where you go inside and there's like, he literally realistically cannot jump. Even places like Hotel, the Shack, on any of the maps with a shack, you can still jump in there. But on maps like the underneath the Eversleeping house, it's a very weird exception. It's one of the strangest exceptions where he really just cannot jump effectively. It really just straight up stops him. So anytime you just go under there, it's just basically like stops his ability, which is very effective. It's very good to do on your kites. I was thinking about it. After that stun on the graveyard window, that is something we could have done. That after I vaulted that graveyard window, he got stunned by the flashlight. We could have just gone underneath the geisha house. And yes, that would work. But when we go down, we're going to die in the center of the map near our Cypher machines, giving him much better pressure on the map. So that is something to think about. That's something I do think about when... well, not always. You should be trying to think about it. You should be thinking about where do you die. Like, let's say you're in a situation where you can always prevent a hunter ability. Like, my flashlight can also prevent the hunter ability. But not only do I prevent the hunter ability with my flashlight, I also am going to die in an area away from the Cypher machines. That's the number one important thing. You just don't want to die in your Cypher machines, even if you did a crappy kite. If you don't die in your Cypher machines, at least the survivors don't necessarily have to rescue you. And we can just win based off of, like, depending on the hunter, of course. Depending on what kind of hunter it is, we could win just off of doing 1 rescue or maybe even 0 rescues, depending on the situation. Though I don't think this is one of those situations. I think at least 1 rescue here is going to be necessary. 93%. It's going to be really hard to tie this game, honestly, because that was just such a fast down from the lawyer. These kinds of games are no matter what you do. I know a lot of people will ask, and they'll come and ask me, Psyche, you know, that rescue guide is great and all, but, like, what do you do if someone goes down? Like, what do you do? And the truth is, there's not a lot you can do. In my experience, no matter what I've tried, rescue before half, rescue after half, or not rescue at all, if your teammate went down really quickly and you guys got, like, 30% of your Cypher, you're going to have a really hard time just thinking about how to tie the game based off that 1 survivor. You're going to need more than that, more than just rescues. You're going to need a rebound kite. So whoever kites second has to do at least a half-decent rebound kite. Doesn't even have to be the most amazing thing. Just has to be somewhat decent, enough time for us to stall out and get like 2 more ciphers done. We already got 2 done already. Now we'll finish his. If we could, like, hash out, like, maybe, like, 2 more, like, 1.5 more, something like that, like, we'll be okay. And especially in Bomber. And Bomber can help himself here as long as he just doesn't die near his coffin. The only issue is that Knight is going to have a pretty easy time reaching the coffin, so... Bomber will definitely assist us in tying this game, because right now we literally only have 1 person able to rescue, and that's me. Knight's not going to realistically rescue, so it's really nice that we have a Bomber here. But I do think he should use his coffin. I think it is really important for us to be able to finish this Cypher machine. I think he should use his coffin here, because I'm not rescuing that. Good, good, good. He is. We want to rescue after the coffin, preferably. Now, remember, guys, the Embalmer got buffed. You cannot get water while you're invincible right here. So they did get buffed. You literally cannot, like, stack up water and give him 99 right before he dies. Now, he is going to go down here, but that's okay. Again, similar story. The Tide Turner will be enough as long as he just doesn't die in a Cypher machine. Now, if he dies on the inside or outside doesn't matter anymore necessarily, because this Cypher's done anyway. So, at that point, the Hunter's in, you know, it's going to be really hard for this Hunter to win this game at this point. That was, again, really key coffin there, because if it weren't for that coffin, I would have had to get off my Cypher. We wouldn't necessarily... I'm just going to use the Magician Illusion there to guarantee the speed boost, and just guarantee we rescue there. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you get double hit right after the rescue in the Cypher's Prime. You just need to make the rescue. And thanks to the Magician Illusion buff, you actually get such a huge speed bonus now. We're not really using it to be, like, to fool the Hunter. That's not the goal. I'm not trying to make him hit the chair. I know I can make it just by running at it, and I know the Hunter will not beat me. Because the Harpoon animation is just way too long to grab your Harpoon. Even if you get 100% water, you're not going to grab the Harpoon fast enough. Unless the 100% water was gained from grabbing Harpoon, which is not what she did. But even then. Or maybe she did do that, but again, even then, it still wasn't enough. So really, the number one thing, when someone goes down quickly, it's not so much about what do you do about that person. The truth is that person's done for. You guys are not going to be able to win off of that person alone. Or not win, but tie. You guys are going to need a rebound kite. Now, it's up to you whether you rescue once or none at all. It depends on where they died. It depends on who the Hunter is. If you guys have Cypher spread up far across the map, if it's something like Sculptor where you don't want to give full presence to her because she's literally going to just chip away all the survivors regardless of where she is on the map, those would be a good reason never to rescue. But if she's near a Cypher, especially a rescue Cypher, that rescuer is not going to be doing anything anyway. except walking across the map for another Cypher machine. He may as well rescue, then that person with Ticer can run away and die away from the Cyphers. If they didn't already die away from the Cyphers. But the truth of the matter is, no matter what, you guys are going to need a rebound if someone goes down quickly. And, like, again, the Embalmer didn't do, like, the world's most amazing rebound. But we don't need the most amazing rebound. We just need a rebound. That was good enough. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty short. But it's fine, because he was playing Embalmer, so Embalmer's advantage, even though he doesn't have any abilities to kite, his advantage is that he's going to be able to rescue himself without us losing health, which means we can keep doing the Cypher machines. Ideally, the second time he gets put on chair, that's when we're going to have our Cypher machine. That's exactly what happened there. And that is the ideal situation. It doesn't necessarily always happen. But that game, it did happen. That game was good enough. And so we're good with that. Almost tempted to play Puppeteer here. Shadow is not banned, but I don't think it's a good idea. Most people are not going to play Shadow. Without any presence or with 1,000 presence, it is always 30% water per hit or per circle. The remainder water is just from you standing inside the water. So if you gain any more than 30, that's not from her circling you. 30% is from circling you. Anything after that is just what you didn't manage to get out of the water with. So if you stood in the water for 1 second, you're going to gain 30% if she circled you, plus 10% per second. So you're going to have 40% water. It's really just 30% for a circle. Let's say you get circled and then you immediately leave. You're only going to have 30% or 31%. What about a clerk? Do you need to rescue? I would say yes. I would say yes. But again, it really does depend. You know, if she chaired someone on Moonlit on this corner of the map, and literally the next closest Cypher's at 2-story, there's not going to be a whole lot that clerk can do. She could keep recording people. Maybe if the trade has already gotten out, you know, if we already got a warp out, we don't need to push for rescue because she doesn't have good map pressure even after the person dies. It really depends. You know, even clerk, even a hunter who has pressure, it still doesn't matter. It's still not like a yes or no. It really still depends at the end of the day. It's not guaranteed. Okay, she's behind me, so we can just take this. I don't think we're going to get terror shocked here. We're fine. And she actually can't even put the ghost on us, so that's perfect. And I'm just going to walk off here. We're actually also even going to lose our eyeball here, which is even better. She can't even attach the ghost to me anyway. She's going to need a new target. Even though she did get at me with that ghost at the start, our Magician Speed Boost allows us to prevent the 20 from attaching me. So that way it's not going to be like 2 scares and I'm dead. She's going to need 3 scares, which she didn't even get the second one on top of it. Can we have a Puppeteer ran now? Unfortunately, Puppeteer would have actually been pretty good here. Puppeteer would have been probably one of the best survivors we could have picked against Shadow. So it would be kind of ironic to say Puppeteer ran. Is Puppeteer OP? Is he just as good as Mechanic in Rain? Okay, now you're just triggering me. But for those who are new to the stream or don't know what's going on with Puppeteer or Mechanic or why you see them so much... Oh my god, is he actually going to make it to the tram? Oh, I don't know if he is. Did the Hunter get on? Oh my goodness, if the Hunter did not get on, then she is screwed. She didn't get on! She's just going to lose all her eyeball. You can't even attach to her anymore. She just got attached already. Oh my goodness, the tram is absolutely ruining the Hunter. And it's a Hunter with good mobility too, just she can't do anything. She already used her attach. It's over. She needs to go after someone else for the 3rd time now. Okay, unfortunately, free hit. So, why do you guys see Puppeteer or Mechanic in tournaments? The answer is simple. Those survivors are very good against Goman and Shadow. And, it's not really, but Opera Singer, not really either Mechanic or Puppeteer. Mechanic is bad against Opera. You know, Puppeteer isn't that great against Hula Baloo. But both of them are very good against Goman and Shadow, and Goman is probably the best hunter in the game right now. And he's literally one of the best hunters in the game, if not the best. So both those survivors are going to be very good in tournaments. That's why you guys see them. That does not mean they're good ranked survivors, because they are silver bullet characters. What that means is that they are designed to counter a specific hunter. They're not really good at countering other hunters after that. In fact, not even counter, right? Other survivors like Thief and Magician, they're not necessarily hard counters to any hunter. maybe Magician is a hard counter to Clerk, but none of them are really necessarily hard. They're not really necessarily hard counters to any Hunters, but they're just versatile survivors. They are good against almost any Hunter in the game, regardless of who that Hunter is. That's what makes them good survivors to use in rank. The reason Mechanic and Puppeteer are not good survivors to use in rank is because they are very good against the meta, but we are banning the meta. In tournaments, you cannot ban the meta. The meta Hunters, you cannot ban round 1. Every Hunter is playable in round 1. So because of that, every Hunter is going to play meta, ideally. And so that's when Puppeteer Mechanic shine. But in rank, they have no purpose, because you're not going to be not banning Go-Man. You're not going to not be banning Go-Man, Shadow, and Hula Blue. These are the 3 best Hunters. You might opt to ban Opera instead of Hula Blue, but either way, then that just means that Mechanic is better and Puppeteer becomes worse. And you know, in that case, Mechanic does have a better purpose. And so does Puppeteer. Technically, when you ban Hula Blue, Go-Man, and Shadow, then Mechanic is bad. But Puppeteer technically has a purpose. But the thing is, Puppeteer is not amazing against Opera Singer, and there are other survivors who are also good against Opera, but they... Oh, dude, I was so busy talking about Opera Singer, I didn't even realize that the gate was being worked on. It's technically okay, because we can outrun the Ghost. Shadow technically can't really kill me with just full presence now, because literally just this escape bonus will be enough to save us. We're faster than the Tombstone. We'll be able to get 20 on us. So she'll get 2 scares, and then we're going to be at 99. Which is not going to be enough to kill me. She's going to need 100. I guess she could still stop me if she, like, ghosts on one of these survivors here. And then teleports, and then that would stop me, but we're fine. Was that an accidental pop? I don't know. I didn't think that was accidental. That looked pretty good. But you know what? It's technically fine to do another Cypher Machine against Shadow. It's not a big deal. Because at any point she could switch Cyphers and stop that Cypher Machine, and you guys are going to be very grateful to already have another Cypher Machine going on. It does mean that I'm not going to be at the gate immediately, but since we already have someone else at the gate immediately, it was fine in that exact situation. But in another game, that might not be fine. No, that was not me. That was someone else. I didn't pop. Against Shadow, having 2 Cyphers is not bad. So, what do you think about people saying Mech is OP for Cypher Rush in rank? Those people don't understand how the game works. The reason Mechanic is played is she's played for ties, not for Cypher Rush. Her Cypher Rush is less so Cypher Rushing and more of like a distraction. Neither her bodies are that good at decoding. It's just better to get some decoding than no decoding. Right? If you're going to have people dying instantly to Go-Man really quickly, let's just say really quickly, not instantly, right? Because of how good he is, then you rather have some decoding than no decoding. That's what Mechanic's purpose is. She's not a kiter. She's not really a good rescuer. She's not even a good decoder. She's literally just a survivor to have baited. You know, you could chase her if you want. You could kill the robot, and then your team's in a lot of trouble. She's a high-risk character who just goes for ties. The only time it's good to play her is if it's a Hunter who has a hard time killing a robot who has 1 health. And Go-Man, Hula Blue, and Shadow, they all have a hard time because they are Hunters who build up their ability. Their ability is very strong, but they need to build it up. And it takes more than 1 use of their ability oftentimes. Or in the case of Go-Man, it only takes 1 use, but that use is very, very expensive. 40 energy just to kill a robot. And it's not like you can chair him. It's not like you can do anything. You need a fresh target now, and there's still 4 survivors on the map. The only advantage is that Mechanic is just such a bad decoder once you kill the robot even 1 time. So that's what makes Mechanic just a high-risk, low-reward character. Her risk is very high. Her reward is a tie and maybe a 1-man. That's why people play her in tournaments. Because a 1-man is better than a 0-man. There's no denying that. Because it's better for your team to get 3 points for the Hunter and 1 point for your survivors than 0 points for your survivors and 5 to the Hunter. That's what happens if you get 4-man. That's a huge point swing. Rather than being 2 points behind, you now become 5 points behind. You're basically going to lose in a situation like that. That's why it's very important that you make sure that you guys are trying to get at least 1%. That's Mechanic for you. High risk, low reward, but the reward is better than no reward. okay? At least it's some reward. Which is completely pointless in rank. A 1 person in rank, I lose -2 less points. Out of -6. That's meaningless to me. I still lost 75% of my points, rather than 100% of my points that I would normally lose, right? Because if you normally lose -8, if 1 person escapes, you lose -6 instead. Big deal. Alright, who cares? We're gonna lose because of Mechanic's bad decoding, unfortunately. That's just the way Mechanic works. She's more of a distraction and a way to slow down the game enough for you guys to get like at least 1 person out. That's the whole strategy of Mechanic. That's not a good rank strategy if your guys are just trying to get 1 person out every game. In tournaments, that can, guys, again, like I said countless times, tournaments, that is a winning strategy. It's so sad to say this. But in tournaments, getting 1 person out is considered a win nowadays as Survivors. That 1 person getting escaped could be thousands of dollars won for your team. They have something to win for going Mechanic. There's nothing to gain in rank. Not only do you get -6 instead of -8 for a loss, your points are going to disappear next season anyway. And it's going to be all for nothing. You guys are starting all over again. It's really, if you're going to play rank, the best way to play rank is to play these versatile Survivors. So that way, no matter who the hunter is, you always have a good shot at learning to kite better. You know, that way, because that's the problem with playing stuff like Enchantress and Prospector. You're going to face stuff like Blood Queen, and it's not your fault. You know, it's your fault for picking the character, but once you're picking that character, let's say you want to practice Prospector, right? Right? You just want to practice him. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's just some hunters in the game that you cannot do anything against. If it's a good Blood Queen, you're dying in 2 mirrors. It's as simple as that. There's no outplaying potential. If she gets too close, maybe you can stun, maybe you can fly wheel, maybe you can get like a boost from a Cypher Machine and combine all those 3 things together, and maybe you'll survive 1 mirror, and that takes a good player to do, right? You can practice that. But dude, we're fighting for breadcrumbs over here when you play Prospector against Blood Queen. You're fighting for breadcrumbs, literally. You're going to do all that work just to dodge 1 mirror, just for you to get Blink, and you guys are still not going to be enough for winning Kite. That's why I would not recommend playing stars like that in rank, because you guys can face any hunter. You would want to play Survivors that are all around good, so no matter who the hunter is, you always have a chance to, you know, learn something, improve at the game, and you always have a shot. You always have a good shot. That's why Magician is so nice. Thief is a lot harder to play, but technically Thief is even good against Blood Queen in the right situation. I've had 3 separate kites against Blood Queen. It is not easy, but there's quite a bit of outplay potential with Thief. So that's what makes him so crazy. Thief might be one of the best survivors to help you improve at the game, because it really teaches you the importance of like how your ability is limited to where you kite. And so you got to keep in mind that your ability can only be used in a certain situation, and you have to keep in mind to use it only when the hunter is threatening you with their ability, and you have to think about it ahead of time. If you think about it too late, you're already taking the hit. And so Thief kind of forces you to think ahead of time and already be like, okay, I'm thinking ahead of time, I'm already using the flashlight to counter it before it happens. Alright, so then when you play stuff like easier stuff like Magician, you know, you don't have to play so ahead of the game, but that practice with Thief will be like, okay, I already know it's coming. I already know how to set up my ability and get ready for it. Of course, every ability is slightly different, but Thief will prepare you for the aspect of like thinking ahead of time, which is a greatly underappreciated kiting aspect, counting ability timers and stuff like that. When do you, okay, well, he actually revived himself, nice. Counting ability timers, realizing when to do something and when not to do something. Generally with Thief, you can always remove their abilities, because even when their ability's on cooldown, it pauses the timer. Important to know, guys, if you lock a hunter's ability, it's not like the countdown is still going. It locks the countdown as well. I'm actually going to prepare for a rescue here. Because me or I'll just hop the Cypher no matter what. I may as well open a chest while I wait. You know, maybe I'll get him maybe I'll give this Ford a really good item. Preferably not illusions, because he doesn't get a speed boost from illusions. So, also I do have to body block from. I got him a football. Holy crap! So he could technically stun with this. I do want to give him this football preferably. I don't think we're gonna be able to, but we'll make the rescue at least. Yes, I got hit there, which is amazing. Perfect. Oh, Cypher's actually not prime. I thought the Cypher would have been prime by now. I actually went for the rescue too early then. I went literally 6% too early. Okay, they literally have to pop. Unfortunately, I didn't get to bring that football to the forward. I really wanted him to get that football. That would have been really nice if he got that football. 28? Yeah, it's... I forgot what it is. Is it 28 or 27? I don't even remember. Alright, hopefully she just keeps cheering me on. I think that might cost us the game, guys. Yeah, that's going to cost us the game, going for that rescue too early. Yeah, it's really just going to die here. Okay. Hopefully she goes after me. I got technically a better kiting ability than cheerleader. Okay, it is open. Wow, that's actually going to cost us the game. I didn't realize the Cypher was actually a little bit further behind. I guess I wasn't paying attention to Snapple's pings. Assuming he pinged. Let me see. Did he ping? Yeah, he pinged plenty of times. My man pinged plenty of times. That's on me. I needed to wait a little bit longer there. I went a little bit too early. I just really wanted to set up that football for him. Damn. See, because if the Cypher was prime, we could immediately pop. I pick myself up, and then obviously forward, even though he does not borrow time, I took the hit, and, you know, he's not going to get a boost, but at least he's stuck in recovery. It's very likely that without an ability, he would anyway die, though, but at least it'll give us, I think, more time to do the gate. It would at least be more time to do the gate, and there was a shot at a win there. A better shot at a win. I just went too early. Too bad. I don't know if he even picked up that football in the end. I wasn't really watching if he went after it. Too bad. I mean, I would have definitely gone for him if I was him. Even if I go for it, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you just run out in the opposite direction and you don't pick up the football, you're going to die just as fast as if you go for the football. The difference is the football will at least be able to cross open areas. Force out some abilities from her. You'll live a little longer. And she also picked me up. So, although maybe, I don't know. I feel like it would be the same amount of distance regardless of which direction he goes. He may as well go the direction of picking up the football. But I still needed to wait there a little bit longer. And yeah... Again, it kind of shows that these hunters, unless this... No, even if you're going to play Opera Singer, that's not really a good ban. Mechanic is a great survivor to deal with as Opera Singer. The cheap ability, easily deal 1 damage to a robot, then Mechanic becomes very bad. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. Even the hunters, guys... I don't think they realize why survivors get used. There's a reason why they get used. There's a reason Puppeteer gets used. There's a reason why Mechanic gets used. And if you're gonna play a tournament, alright, I guess if you're gonna play a tournament, you got me. You got me, then sure. You got a reason to play Puppeteer, you got a reason to play Mechanic. But most people are not playing a tournament. There's really no reason to play Puppeteer or Mechanic because of that. It's like you're never keeping up with the counter. Should have won that last game. That was my bad. This is actually the first rank match. The hunter picked the PP spawn, right? Let's see. Yeah, they did. Let's see if my server gets blocked. This Cypher does sometimes get blocked. Nope, doesn't, so that means Shed got blocked. We got a Shed corner, so that Cypher's blocked. Okay. The way people say Hunter changed target always scares me. This is what people used to ping back then to indicate it was a Wu-Chang, back when Wu-Chang was a much more popular Hunter. Really, nowadays, you could just ping who the Hunter is. Even I know who the hunter is, and I just missed a calibration. I'm not even the one being chased. It's really easy for the first, like, 10 seconds of the game for someone to identify the hunter. Even the guy at middle, even if he doesn't get chased, he'll probably see the hunter's shadow if they go deep sandbags, and so maybe he can point it out. But it really depends on your positioning. Realistically, the guy at middle should be going shack. That's why I say if the hunter goes deep sandbags, you should be able to see that. That's the right rotation to do against most hunters. Go shack. Especially because that server's going to be blocked. So if the hunter decides to chase you, it's going to be on a blocked cyber machine. They're not going to get any value out of that blocked cyber machine. because no one is anyway doing it. It's not like they're chasing someone while pressuring a cipher being decoded. You know, that's not happening. No one could have decoded it. Thief can be good in good hands like Psyche. You know, I say this is the thing. Thief, while it does train you to count Hunter abilities, there's probably better options to do the same thing. There's probably better options that are not as difficult on your brain, you know? You know, because here's the thing. I might be saying, oh, yeah, just count Hunter abilities. Great at counting Hunter abilities. You have to remember what is behind you, and every obstacle you pass is an opportunity for the Hunter to dodge behind that obstacle and just avoid your flashes. There's so many little things about Thief. Like, even the pallet breaking speed makes a difference. It makes a difference for all kiters, but Thief, it means you cannot pallet stun them with a flashlight. So, hi Psyche, Escapologist. Is this a strong survivor? For now, I don't know. Right now, he seems on the weaker end to me, but he's not as bad as I originally thought. On my first stream, I thought he was really bad. On my second stream, I thought a little bit more about some strategies with him. And I think he's a lot better than I gave him credit for, but I still don't know if he's going to be that reliable to play. Just because of the fact that he's got such a long cooldown on his ability. Even if you use the full smoke screen, which is 15 seconds long, the ability itself is 25. So after the ability ends, you're going to, you know, after the smoke ends, you're going to have, what's it called? Is he going to rescue? I don't know what's going on. He's going to rescue. Interesting. I thought he was going to take over my cipher. I thought that's what was going on. Oh, that's bad. Okay, this is probably... I think this might be over in that case. I don't think we're going to be able to get a win. He did do a winning kite. It's just... he just forgot about the basement. Yeah, okay. I had a feeling we might pop at the exact same time. Nice. He avoided one swing. Nice. He even waited for the second swing and then used the puppet. Well done. Great usage of the puppet. At this point, they could even heal up. Force a hit. Beautiful job triggering the recovery there. Somehow they made it up without, like, doing no recovery damage. But, you know what? I'm not going to complain. It's actually great that we have Fairlady on the gate because, well, actually, it's not that great. It won't be... It probably is not going to be that hard to catch her with cats. Unless you, like, immediately throw your wand and throw off the Ann. That would be the only way. It's possible. It's just not guaranteed. At least Thief will immediately get rid of the cats for 5 seconds. First flashlight removal of the ability always gets rid of the ability for 5 seconds. Repeated uses are complicated. If you stop removing their ability and then start removing their ability again before, you know, 5 seconds even finishes, it immediately just goes down to 3. And it's never going to go past 3. It's always going to... The highest is going to be is 3 at that point. And then if you let even more time pass after removing their ability and then remove their ability again, it's only going to be 1 second. Eventually it's going to be down to... As soon as you stop shining a flashlight on them, they're going to be able to use their ability. Like, it's just going to be when you have their flashlight on their face. Then they can... And as soon as you stop, they can immediately use their ability. It really depends on how often you, like, go in and out with the flashlight, removing their ability. But if you constantly keep the flashlight on their face, it just stays at 5 seconds until you let go. And then for 5 seconds, it ticks down. And so at that point, it's best not to even use your flashlight. Unless you know you're not going to have an opportunity to remove their abilities again. Then you may as well keep trying to prevent their abilities. Because remember, if you go too far away, you're not going to be able to remove their abilities. They're going to be able to use their ability, but they're going to be out of range for you to use yours. So there's like a sweet spot with Thief where you need to be close enough to use your flashlight and not too far away to the point where you can't use your ability, but they can use theirs. That's why Broken Windows is not good on Thief. Because so many times I'll use Broken Windows, and for starters, if it's a window that I know I can drop a ground flashlight, it's kind of stupid to use a boost and then waste half my boost dropping a ground flashlight. That's one reason why Broken Windows doesn't fit on Thief. The other reason is that, let's say even if you don't drop a ground flash, you just keep running forward. Eventually, the Hunter's going to catch up, and eventually there's going to be a point where if you just keep running forward, they're just going to be able to be in range to use their ability. Like, Violence is a great example. Violence's range is bigger than Thief, and so there's going to be a point where he can hit you with his notes, but you can't hit him with your Thief flashlight. So what are you going to do? Then you're going to purposely run to the Violinist to remove his ability to prevent that. But then what was the point of the Broken Windows at that point? What was the point if you're just going to run closer to the Hunter after getting all that distance? You see, that's why I'm saying. That's why Broken Windows is not good on Thief. Because it's anti-synergy. Its anti-synergy is frankly the main reason. I know no one knows what that word even means. Anti-synergy. Basically, synergy is when two things combine well together. That's synergy. Anti-synergy is exactly what it sounds like. It's when two things not only don't combine well together, it does the opposite. It actually hurts you. Stuff like forward and mechanic is synergy because while mechanic is knocked down and forward is protecting her, she's still decoding. So there's still 3 people decoding. You got two people decoding. You got your forward protecting, mechanic knocked down, but the robot is the 3rd person decoding. That's synergy. They combine well together. They don't just do their jobs, but they're doing their jobs in a way that normally there would be a downside, like forward is now not decoding. Well, mechanic just completely fixed that downside. So that's synergy. Anti-synergy is like when not only are you doing, not doing your job, but the job you're doing is actually making it harder for you guys to win, for you to do your 3 separate kite. There's just no point in doing that. You don't want to do that. Another example, Puppeteer and any harasser, if he gets rescued from balloons, he can use his ability again. That's synergy. Because it's very hard to heal him, but if you rescue someone from balloons, that's also essentially a heal. Then he can use his ability, which is designed to be hard to use multiple times, because it's really hard to heal him in the first place. But a rescue on balloons or rescue off chair is not as good because, Hunter got what they wanted. They want to get chair so they can kill their target. Balloons is what you're looking for. That's synergy. Again, anti-synergy. It's kind of hard to find examples of anti-synergy with survivors. It's different from a bad matchup. Patient is bad against Geisha, but that's not anti-synergy because they're not supposed to work together. Synergy is when two characters are supposed to work together and they don't. In fact, they make it harder to work together. That's more so like bad matchup. Geisha's just not teaming up with Patient. It's just she's making Patient's life even more difficult because of the survivor he is. There's anti-synergy between Chad and Zai. What does that even mean? Are we supposed to be working together? But anyway, looks like, honestly, that was good enough. Kite, I got my cipher done. The only issue is we don't have an easy next cipher to do. I could go across the map for my next cipher machine, or I could try to find a closer one and hope he just doesn't kite on it. There's always one right here. We already saw it. We already know where it is. And we will be able to work on it, but it does take a little bit of time walking past the hunter like that. And in the end, we still start our cyber machine before the antiquarian does, which is kind of ironic. So, can you please tell me what Cypher Machine Prime means? I know prime numbers. Okay. This is why I don't read the chat. There you guys go. You answer my question. Okay, that's alright. He has Tide Turn. Even if he got double hit there, he would survive and then rescue afterwards. But this is better, because now he can take over my Cypher. Although now, it sucks that I don't have a Tide Turner. I wish I had Tide Turner now. Because now, we're not guaranteed. 2 Tide Turners will guarantee win this game right now. Because 20 seconds after a rescue chair means we for sure get the Cypher done. I guess if she swaps targets, that's also fine. But now, Broken Windows is going to be very good here. We are going to sacrifice some water here. Just so we can boost away from the hunter. And it'll force out another ability this way. Again, though, really tough, though. We don't really have that great of an ability against Naiad. This is going to be pretty good here, though. There we go. Now she has to go all the way around. If she wants to use a dash, sure, go ahead, but it's extremely expensive at this point. I'm already so far away, and her harpoon is about to run out. She actually does it anyway, and I think she realizes it's not even worth it at this point. Nope, she's still committing to me, which is not good. That's not good for her, because we just grabbed her across the map. She's still interested in chasing me. I don't even... What was that all about? I think she was trying to cover Cyber Machine, Blink. I don't know what her plan is right now. It's a trump card. We're going to use this brand new kiting area that they just added. Normally, I would go to that window anyway, but the palette makes it so you don't have to use the window first now. So you can save your broken windows for a more opportunistic time when the hunter gets a little bit closer rather than just vaulting it just because you need to. You can save it, use the more expendable palette, and then your valuable boosts can be used to transition to a brand new kiting area with fresh resources. Okay. That's okay. Not a big deal. She has 2 of us here, which is not good. But we also have 2 other people doing another server machine. So is it really a big deal? Not really. In fact, well, I'll even be able to easily rescue him. If I need to. Which, it's looking like I might have to. I'm not sure what's going on here. It is closer for them to rescue, technically. And I have my server machine more prime. I think it just makes more sense for the closer person to go because it's less likely for the Knight to cut them off. In fact, she's going to chair on their Cypher, I think. It doesn't really matter because the Cypher's about to be prime. No, she chaired on no one's Cypher. I could go. Looks like they're not planning on going, so I'll just go. It is... I think it's about the same distance between us. It is a little bit closer to me, technically. Again, not my favorite situation to be in. This is annoying. This is definitely annoying. We need to bait out the dash before I use the hook. Looks like she's not going to do it. She doesn't even have full presence. We can make this before she even swings. She doesn't even get a Terror Shock. That was the only way. That was the only way for her to do anything. And even then, Terror Shock is not guaranteed to win this game. If she goes after me, again, we got a really great hook spot here. Pretty easy to nail here, especially now that you're not going to accidentally vault over stuff. Only bad news is he died pretty quickly, and I just started the gate. Oh, teleport? Okay, she teleported to the gate that's already open. That's perfect. I think that's GG's at that point. I don't think she has anything to do at this point, even if she has 2 dashes. There's just too much crap in the way. Until she reaches the bridge, there's just a lot of crap in the way. She may as well go pick up that first house stream. Get her one, man, at that point. She loses less points if she kills a survivor. Oh my goodness, and Dungeon is right there too. That's a shame. Well, yeah, Patience hook spots are goofy. But they completely fixed that. You can now turn off the orange hook. You can turn it off. That hook spot that I did, normally there's a chance that you would do an orange hook there. But that's not a problem anymore. I turn it off, it's guaranteed to not happen anymore. So it's become a very consistent ability. Very good on Moonlight as well. You just gotta, don't get close to the tracks. I know there's no roller coaster there, but there is an invisible wall there. As long as you don't get too close, you don't hit it. But if you're standing right next to it, like on top of it, you're getting hit by the invisible wall. And you are not gonna get your hook off. Just make sure you guys do it from a distance. Doesn't even have to be that far away. It just has to be like, I don't know. Roll back the stream. You'll see how far away I was. Not even that far away. But, again, keeping my distance. Keep your distance 6 feet apart. What are these bands, man? What the hell? Always keep that 6 feet apart from the distance. You don't want to catch, I don't know, whatever disease Knight's got going. She's leaving water all over the place. Alright. I need a urine bag. I don't know what's going on with her. Okay, what survivor should we play? Chinatown? Magician is so good on the stairs in the back of the hotel. The hunter has to break it. But Patient is also so good on the clown. I have a feeling we're gonna go Magician here in that case. Mercenary is a very bad pick against clown. It's a very bad pick. One of the worst rescuers to go. I'll probably just go this spawn. I am the strongest survivor against Clown on this team. I'll take the most dangerous spawn. We can even do something cool. Now that Magician's illusion blocks the path, though, even though what I'm gonna do, you could have done in the past and just gone around the illusion. Because the area is wide enough to the point where Magician could go around his illusion, but Clown cannot go around it. He's gonna hit it. His hitbox is so big, basically any area that normally a hunter could walk around, he cannot, because he's just gonna hit it. His hitbox is so big. But I guess the buff is nice, you know, just in case we go on the wrong side and it turns out we can't go on that one side, we have to go on the other side and then we might get hit before we can get to the other side. Acro has Tide Fly. Well, thank you so much, Yunes. Important to know, yeah, again, not a good build from the Acrobat. You don't want to be running that in rank match. We're trying to win here. If you want to win, borrow time is how you're going to win. If you're going for tie, Sui builds, or tied with no broken and with no borrowed and just something else. Yeah, it'll make it guys easier for you guys to tie. You know, that way you have kiting and rescue. But it's also anti-synergetic, because if you kite, you have no bar time. If you rescue, and then Hunter goes after you after you rescue, and you've already used Flywheel, and then you really have Tide, and Cyber's Prime, Hunter just targets you, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. We could literally let him get closer to us before we use this illusion. He's trying to bait it, but I know we don't have to use it until he actually gets right next to us, so I'm not going to use it. We're going to hold on to that illusion. He killed the robot, which is actually amazing for us, because Mechanic just still has regular decode. No one got injured. So she's still decoding regular speed. Normally that's not good, but Mechanic in this situation is good, because Clown, you know, takes time to set up. It takes quite a bit of time, normally. We just have to play around this illusion, and we should be fine here. Don't think he'll be able to hit me here. Is he gonna be able to hit me here? Actually, don't know. Nope. And we get a boost from it. We could have done a safer illusion, if I'm being honest. Okay. He is going to have his rocket back right here. We need to run and use this boost, and we got to go hotel immediately. We can see him, so everyone will know where he's dashing. We should be able to make this, yeah, and I think he knows it too. Alright, I think we will heal up here. Oh yeah, this is amazing. Mechanic doesn't lose any progress on her ball while healing people. One of the old ancient things about Mechanic is you used to not lose decode for anything. You used to not lose progress for any sort of interaction when you weren't on the robot. Gates, healing, both of those things work the same. But back then, getting off a robot when it was decoding a cyber machine also didn't lose progress. So back then, back when Mechanic had 25% faster decode on a robot, she was just able to crush 4 ciphers with a single robot. Nowadays, she can't get more than 1. Unless those 2 ciphers are right next to each other, or one of them has quite a bit of progress. Okay, again, pretty late chair, but we also don't have a lot of decode going on either. We just popped our first cipher machine, and we're gonna need to do another one. Now, it's not the end of the world. I'm almost certain that Mercenary Cipher is also having a lot of progress right now. And we do have our last 4 ciphers. It doesn't really make sense for me to start a 6 cipher machine. But yeah, again, Mechanic is slowing down our decode now. No Terror Shock for him. That's key. Very important. He's going to try to double hit the Mercenary. 1 good double pad and he should be fine. Unless he put on Infinite Rocket, which would have been the biggest brain move from this clown right there if he put on Infinite Rocket. It's a plan for that. Gotta watch our back here. Unfortunately, our survivor is going towards our cipher machines, both of them at the same time. Okay, are we doing this again? I'll do a safer illusion this time. That way it's guaranteed. And we definitely don't want to go... Okay. If only I just went in the other direction sooner. But yeah. Keep in mind that Clown actually has a 6-second rocket when he hits a flywheel or an illusion... or anything of that nature. So he actually gets a shorter cooldown out of that. Did he just abnormal that? Change target. Did he just abnormal this? Yeah, he just abnormal this. Okay. So illusion is very good early game against Clown because obviously there's no such thing as a cooldown for Clown. He just doesn't have a rocket. You literally just don't get a rocket. But once he hits 1,000 presence, illusion does become quite a bit worse because you use the illusion and now he's still going to get his rocket back in the next 6 seconds. So that is something to worry about. I think we should be able to make this. Come on. That is really unfortunate. He didn't put modified drill on us though, so he basically has to pick us up. Okay, he's not going to pick me up, which I think is a mistake. I think that's a mistake right there. He could have chaired me, and he could have been bringing survivors to him, and he would be guarding the cyber machine at the same time. I think that's a big mistake. If I had modified drill on me, I could understand, because then I wouldn't be getting myself up for the next long time, but it's not going to take that long. It's only going to take about, let's see, how much slower are we healing? 6% slower right now because of panic. I'm actually not going to pick myself up yet. We're going to let him pass, and then we're going to pick myself up. If he wants to go back, he can, but I'm already preparing for it. Good to know that the pallet is not there anymore. We'll keep that in mind. Okay, again, I don't know about that, guys. I feel that he should have picked me up there. He would be protecting the cipher, and he would be bringing people to him, because people would have to rescue me. That could have been a really good game-changing move for him. He got that really key hit, and he didn't really... That was such a bad illusion. That was a really bad illusion. Yeah. So now it actually is very good to leave me on the ground. That is really unfortunate. Turned literally a millisecond too early. Literally waited a millisecond longer and we'd be fine. Or just a better illusion, just put it in a better spot as well. That would have also been fine. Although, I'm not even sure we would have made the pallet, honestly. Even from that distance. Stunter's near me. If they heal up, that's also fine. Healing up, doing the Cypher Machine, that's fine. That was a really bad. I just hope they do another Cypher Machine. Just across the map. This Cypher Machine is really bad to do right here. So, it's good that Mechanic wasn't doing it earlier. But yeah, she's also not going to be able to decode. Looks like she's going to pick me up now. I wish our teammates pinged more often so we knew what was going on. Okay, there we go. He's still getting chased. I don't know what we're going to do here, though. I guess I'll keep decoding it. Put pressure immediately on it. And hopefully our teammate tells us when he leaves. That way I can just die away from it. But no, we're not getting any pings right now from our teammates. Okay, we just heard a clown crash right there, so... unless that was a firebomb, he's not going to be able to have his rocket back in time. Even then, firebomb would be 6 plus 5, and Acrobat has tides, so we're just going to pop, because he doesn't have borrowed anyway. He is going to get picked up immediately there. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone on the game. Mercenary is going to trigger Tinnitus. That's great for us. I think Mechanic's route was slightly faster. But I don't want to stick too close to her. We don't want two people in the same place. And I'm just going to keep decoding this gate. It'll force him to come to me. He can't kill me anyway. He can get one hit. That's meaningless. He'll get one hit on Mechanic. Okay. I don't even know why she's using the flywheel. Because even if she lands that flywheel, he just gets his dash back in the next 6 seconds. Better to put him on a long cooldown and save it once you're more in the corner. That way you can make your Kite last longer. In a place where it's already, you know, better to die at that point. No, she anyway needs to take a hit to get away from the gate. Hunter doesn't have the tension, yeah. We weren't able to ping that. The game didn't let me ping that earlier, unfortunately. But now she was able to ping that, and yeah, that is going to be a win. Just had to play a little bit slow there. I thought we would make that fall. Unfortunately, we didn't. But luckily for us, the clown didn't do the right play there. He should have picked me up. If he picked me up, he would be protecting a very important Cypher Machine, and Mechanic can't really safely do hers at Hotel either. Because at any point, he can Infinite Rocket and kill her as well, and put a modified drill on her, then go back. Yo, thank you so much, Lancer, for the California 279. But why is the donation message that? I changed the donation message. Why is that still the music and everything? Thank you so much, Lancer. I'm a little bit disappointed that the donation message didn't update. Thank you so much, Lancer, for the Californian 279. I appreciate it. Could I humbly request an Andrew match? Sure, absolutely. He's a great survivor. We also haven't played Rescue yet today. I love the thumbnails. They're so pretty. Thank you. I didn't make most of the art thumbnails. If they're not art related, then someone made them. But if they are art related, sorry. What was I saying? If they are not art and just something else, then I made them. But if they were like art or like the thumbnail I have right now on this stream, that was made by people for me. I haven't gotten a thumbnail in a while. I used to get them a lot more frequently. The little girl match? I'm not doing little girl. No way, we're not doing little girl. Postman OP. Postman sucks too. Bro, they're killing all these survivors out here who have like, you know, they were fine. Not my favorite survivors. And then they just nerf him. Nerf the only good thing about him. Yeah, I don't know why the donation message didn't update. I'll have to look into it. We're obviously going to go middle here. Alright, I found it. I found it. Okay, now if someone donates... Not yet, not yet. I need to update it. If someone donates now we'll be able to see it. There we go. Gotta add the sound. We had the same donation message for a while, and it doesn't really fit anyway. Okay, I hope there's no sound effects to spoil. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 20% volume. I hope I don't regret this. Okay. Oh shoot, where did the hunter spawn? Where did our survivors spawn on top of that? Oh man. You see, the old spawn system where you didn't pick your spawn was actually better for streamers. Because I would just memorize what spawns the survivors and hunter got based off my spawn. Nowadays I gotta look every single match. Alright, the donation message is updated, guys. Thank you so much, Lantern. I was hoping, I didn't want to say anything, because I was hoping it would just be like a surprise, but I'm not going to say what it is. I'll still not say what it is, but thank you so much, Lantern. Thank you for being the test subject. Testing. It's quiet, it's a little bit quiet. That's too good, man. That's too good. I'm gonna raise up the volume so people who sleep during the stream are gonna get scared every single time they hear that. That was the Call of Biz. That was when I commentated Call of Biz. Good times. Yo, what did you donate though? Thank you so much for the 279 again. Wait, what was the second donation message? Can I get an Andrew analysis to go with the match? Yes, absolutely. Alright guys. We're kind of just, decoding right now. Take middle, you take the, the most susceptible cipher that hunter could chase and make it the most annoying to chase, because normally it's pretty easy access, that's why rescue responds there. Anyway, I'm sure you guys get that. I don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. I mean, we just kind of use the shovel. We're basically psychologists, he could use his wind now and it doesn't even matter. Blink. No blink. Magician is invisible. Now if he goes after us, then thanks to Gravekeeper's buff, we actually have our Gravekeeper shovel up, but we don't even need it. I would love to get a heal off from this doctor. Thankfully she pinged at the same time. I want to get value from Doctor. Doctor's biggest ability is healing, which is not that great of an ability in this game, but it is quite a bit faster. I will give her that when you do need to heal, it is quite a bit faster. It's a lot faster. And in this sense, it does make sense to heal. Because I don't think the machine is going to be able to kite out the last two cyber machines. Man, if he ends up kiting for a long time after this, okay, I was about to say, then I would feel really bad. Because that would be a bad time to heal, then we would want to decode then. Because then we'd be able to pressure the last two cyber machines. What part of Call of Biz did Psyche commentate again? Days 1 through 10, I commentated at least one matchup every single day 1 through 10. So that's at least 1 hour and 30 minutes of Psyche content every single day. I think there was like 1 or 2 where I did 3 matchups, so I did 3/4 of the matchups that day, which is a ton of work, man. I think it was 1 day where I had to do that because our commentators could not make it that day, so we kind of that's kind of how it works. We just we just decide amongst ourselves who does what days. NetEase has no say in who does what days. They give a recommendation, of course, based off when we say we're available. And obviously that speeds things up a lot because then we don't have to be like, oh, I can't do this day and stuff like that. But if someone absolutely cannot do a day because something comes up, they could ask the other commentators, hey, can you fill this in for me? Because someone needs to fill in. It's not a question of filling in. We're definitely filling in. Okay, he just used a lot of abilities there. I'm not sure if he's going to have more here. Do you still have more? No, you have to break that. I think it was worth it saving the shovel because now his abilities are not going to be as good here because he already used them. Again, he'll have his wind ability here. Okay, it's fine that the doctor's here. Because anyway, she can she'll easily rescue me, so it's not a big deal. If we didn't have another cipher machine, I would worry more. Her doing a cipher machine that I anyway cannot get off of. Because I could leave it, but then I'm gonna instantly die, and we're not gonna give ourselves time to do another cipher machine. And even if I leave it, It's not that hard for them to immediately kill me and then just drag me back to the Cypher Machine and then cheer me on. That's something you have to think about, that when you die away from people's Cypher Machines, you have to also be like, okay, well, if I leave, am I just going to die immediately and he just drags me? If the answer is yes, just keep kiting by it. That way it gives your teammates at least time to do another Cypher Machine or something like that. Thankfully, this game, Cheerleader was immediately doing the Cypher Machine, which is amazing. I think we're actually going to be able to... Oh, no, we're not. We're not going to be able to beat him. Oh, no. No, we're not. I got stuck there barely. Ugh, that is so annoying. But the gate is open. He has to drop me here. Okay, he is going to drop. I don't think healing is the move. Okay, since we're about to get healed... I was trying to slither in, but unfortunately the wind was throwing me off a little bit. This is still not over, though. It's still not over. He has to deal with Cheerleader as well. He can't keep an eye on both Cheerleader and Doctor right now. As long as Cheerleader crawls inside a gate, or just starts healing up. I would heal up, though, because Doctor's now getting chased. I was hoping she wouldn't get found immediately. How did she immediately get found? Where is she hiding? Okay, she should not have gotten immediately found there. I don't know what the hiding spot was. She was just inside a factory, like not even like behind a wall or in the corner or anything like that. Dang, okay, that's tough. We were actually in a good spot there because we have a lot of chair time. Doctor hiding means that, you know, he really can't do anything easily. Too bad, too bad. I thought we were going to make it inside the gate. That sucks. We actually would have. We would have made it inside the gate. I was just... the wind was throwing me off a little bit. Too bad. We also would have been fine if she had broken window or borrowed time. That's another thing. Now watch here. GG Psyche. GG, man. Your wind threw me off, man. I should have been inside that gate. But GG. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think she was trying to stay near the gate so in case Cheerleader gets picked up. Looking back, it would be better for Cheerleader to immediately heal rather than crawling, because crawling would probably take longer than just healing. You know, it's not like she got picked up. For me, there's an advantage because crawling for me would mean that if I can get far enough away from a chair, he literally just cannot chair me anymore. Cheerleader, there's no purpose of crawling, really. It would be better if she healed up immediately. Puts pressure immediately. That way, even if Doctor gets chased, she could come rescue me. It was a complicated situation for sure. The borrow time made it so unnecessarily complicated. The lack of borrow time, I should say. I swear, man, all the time, man. These people go like bad survivors. They go kiting builds, and the kiting builds doesn't do anything for them because flywheel doesn't counter most hunters. It's actually bad against most hunters, so you just basically have just broken was on your build. And Nightwatch is again a hunter where it's gonna be very bad. You're not gonna want flywheel. Seki, how fast do you usually reach the weekly limit in logic path? I used to not ever really reach the logic path limit. Nowadays, I especially don't reach the logic path limit. I'm not even within 30,000 of reaching the logic path limit most weeks. If you play rank once a day, 6 times a week, you'll usually get like 36,000 logic points. And that's assuming you guys lose or tie a lot. If you win a lot, you could probably hit your weekly limit just from playing Survivor rank. But nowadays, I don't consistently win enough for that to be a reality. Back then, even in when you could only duo with 2 people, the average survivor was so much better back then. You'd be winning a lot of games just because the average survivor was they had good game sense. They were able to kite quite a bit. So not only has the average survivor become worse, but there's also more hunters in the game, and that becomes a lot harder to kite because nowadays, you know, even a good player can get screwed over because you don't know who the hunter is. Sometimes you're going to be in just the wrong area at the wrong time against the wrong hunter because you didn't know who the hunter was. Back then, you know, when there were like 1 or 2 top hunters and the rest were just like, you know, one area just kind of countered all of them. So as long as you knew the areas that were good and bad, they were just good against all hunters that the hunter could possibly use. Nowadays, places like, I don't know, like 3 pallet on Leo's memory, where it was once pretty solid because the hunter had to break those pallets. Nowadays, something like Anne, you're just going to get catted, she'll break the pallet quick, and you'll get stunned. Like, you're going to need more than just a guaranteed pallet drop nowadays. It works against some hunters, doesn't work against other hunters. There's also the issue that, again, the other issue is there's more options for survivors. There are more survivor options, and there's also more persona options. And overall, that's a bad thing. That's overall a bad thing for survivors winning games, because most people who are not good at the game make the game even harder, because they run flywheel, or they just pick the bad survivors. There's more bad survivors in the game than before. It's less obvious which is good and which is bad, and you know, you see so much flywheel, and flywheel's not even that good of a trait. It's actually one of the worst things you could take. Tide is better, borrowed time is better, and broken windows is better. Why? Because flywheel only counters a few hunters out of the over 30 that exist in the game. If you were to roll a dice and you have like a 6 out of 30 probability of you surviving and you dying, would you roll that dice or would you take the 24 and 30? You're going to take the 24 and 30 because that's basically broken windows. Broken windows is better against 24 out of 30 of the hunters. It's actually more than that. There's more hunters than that, and it's even fewer hunters that Flywheel's actually good against. You're only going to want Flywheel against something like Dream Witch, and against stuff like Shadow and Blood Queen, it doesn't really matter. Flywheel can be helpful, but Broken Windows is also helpful against Shadow. And for Blood Queen, Flywheel, you know, if it's a bad Blood Queen, you could survive with a Flywheel, but good Blood Queens, they'll swing, they'll miss because you Flywheel. They'll probably just be able to walk right up to you and hit you again after a few seconds, because the mirror lasts long. So most hunters, either Broken Nose is always better, or neither Broken Nose or Flywheel really helps you. In which case, that just is less value to use Flywheel. So that's another thing making it harder to win. The devs have introduced more persona options. Back then, it was just like always. If you're not Rescuer, Broken Windows. If you are Rescuer, Tide Turner. And basically, Borrow Time is just auto include. It's 100% of situations. Nowadays, there's the option of Flywheel. You don't make that. There's the option of Flywheel, which is not a good trait, and it's a trap card. It's a really big trap persona trait, because Flywheel works anywhere, and so to people who don't know the routes, they use it as like a crutch, because it works anywhere. When really, even though Broken Windows is limited by where you can use it, if you realize that you need to use windows and pallets to kite in this game, you will realize that it's not actually a limit. It's just free value. If there was an ability that lets you go faster than the hunter, who wouldn't take it? That's why every single person takes the speed up off of chair. Because you are the same speed as the hunter, if not faster in some situations. It just lets you rebound. You know, it's a no-brainer. So then when you put stuff like Flywheel into the game, people will be like, oh, but it works anywhere. And you can work on rescues and stuff like that. But it's just not good against most hunters. It's great on paper, it doesn't actually work. It doesn't actually work in reality, is the unfortunate thing. Man, every single time, man, the cat always barely catches me. I feel like I should just illusion. Just so she can't see me. But then if I do that, and she doesn't use the cross, then she'll see where I am, and then she'll use the cross. That happens so many times where, like, I'll run to the side. But I can't really run backwards because it's Leo's memory, and there's literally garbage in the middle of the map. Leo's memory is such an awful map. Normally you would just sidestep the cat and then go backwards again, or sidestep a second time, but we have to go forwards. It's the only way we can go. But yeah. That's again, like I said, that's another thing. It's not just that the average survivor is worse, it's that the devs have introduced more options into the game, and more options is great for strategy-wise. For strategizing in a Call of Abyss team, in tournaments, it gives more variety. It's great for variety, it's great for entertainment. It's not good for actually winning. Unless Flywheel is just as good as Broken Windows, it's not. Which, by the way, it's not. then it just serves no purpose, unfortunately. Unless you're a harasser. In which case it is pretty good. Man, does this grab the cat? Oh, it does. I actually didn't remember if they made it so the cat grabs the magician illusion. The answer is yes. But that's really interesting. I touched the illusion. And the cat jumped on me, but there was still another cat on the illusion. Does the illusion absorb both cats? That's crazy. I thought it would just absorb one cat. I think it absorbed both cats. That's really cool. Okay, so in that case, I should just be illusioning immediately. Just let the cat grab onto the illusion. It only absorbs one cat at a time? Then how come when I touched the illusion, it grabbed onto me, but there was still another cat on the magician illusion? Did I duplicate a cat? Were there now 3 cats on the field? Go back. Go watch the replay. There was still a cat on the magician illusion. You think flywheel can definitely help with dungeon clutches? Well, here's the thing. How are you going to make dungeon is the problem. Broken windows are the reason you can even make dungeon. Almost all my dungeon escapes are possible because either I have broken windows or I'm playing mercenary where I can boost myself. Boosting is such an important aspect to dungeon escapes because that way it's not dependent on already being on top of dungeon. Do you want to know what happens when you're already on top of dungeon, guys? The hunter just sits on top of it. That's when people are like, oh, but fly would be so good here. You know what would have been good? Not going to the dungeon too early. 99% of my dungeon escapes are not when the hunter's already standing on dungeon. 99% of my dungeon escapes are when I time it to let my teammates do the gates before I walk to dungeon. Because the moment I walk to dungeon and then they leave, then the hunter just sits on dungeon and I'm not going to get out of dungeon. That's just what happens. They're going to wait for their ability to come back. They're going to kill me with their ability at that point from a distance. Sitting on top of dungeon. Or if they know I have no ability left, they're just going to go right after me. They know I have no way to go backwards after that dungeon because they're blocking the way. Again, like I said, it's a trap card. Flywheel is such a huge trap because it's like, oh, but it works anywhere and it helps with dungeon escapes. When really the whole reason they need Flywheel is because of their bad routes in the first place. If they had better routes, they would not need Flywheel. They would realize they would be in the open less often. They would be using windows and pallets more often when they're using the right routes, and therefore makes broken windows more effective. If you don't have the right routes, if you kite to dungeon too early, then yeah, you're gonna tend to gravitate towards Flywheel because you're gonna realize I have nothing to use. How am I gonna get to dungeon? The hunter's already on dungeon. When really the whole reason they're on dungeon, the whole reason they're able to get you out of the open is because of a bad route, because of a misunderstanding of abilities, of mistiming the ability, of not using your ability properly, and not using broken windows to stall when they do have their ability up. You know, if you specifically say broken windows, time it. Ideally, it's not always possible, but either way, it just gives distance. It's free money. It's just free time save for you as a survivor. Bad for the hunter. Oh, this is bad. Right as I'm crapping on Flywheel, we go against Dream Witch. The leech is right there. We can actually survive this, funny enough. Yeah, we're fine. Using the illusion for a speed boost, so underrated. But you don't actually need to always use the illusion. It's just to block it. You can also use it for distance. And that's perfectly fine too. We're probably going to get patrollered right about now. We're going to try to force the leech hit now. Nice. We do refresh our ability right here. Thank you, cheerleader. Okay, so this is a little bit weird. Still no patroller. Is it blink? I don't know what it is. Okay, she swung and missed. I'm not going to vault because I'm suspecting blink at this point. We stunned something. Oh, we stunned her. Okay, I see. Where's the patroller? There's the patroller. We're going to bait the swing here. I'm not going to drop it. Now I'm going to drop it. We canceled the patroller bite at the same time. We have to drop it again. Okay, and now We have to evolve. She's forcing me, but I'm going to get bait here, unfortunately. But it still stalls time. That's the most important thing. We might actually... No, we're not. Okay, we want to stay nearby, because if I stay nearby, that leech isn't going to move away. She has to waste time to move the leech, because I'm staying near it on purpose. I'm not automatically moving it for her. I'm forcing her to spend time moving that leech, and now that's more time wasted not dedicating to this chase. We're also going to force the leech to kill me here, if possible. Looks like she's just going to commit her tray here. And we should be okay here. I even made sure to die in a corner here so we limit her Cypher pressure here. Unfortunately, Cheerleader picked the worst possible Cypher for our 5th Cypher. It literally cannot get any worse. Oh man, this is so stupid. They need to nerf this. They need to nerf how the leech follows faster when people are being held. Like, I understand when people are not being held, but... Little fun fact, when the leech is following because someone is out of range, it actually moves faster than just walking normally, which is completely stupid. Nice. Good stuff, Mercenary. Even if she swings here and predicts me, number one important thing here is just... Oh, help me, help me, help me, help me. He can remove my leech right now. Which is going to be so important because it's going to stop the Cypher pressure. And then we want to run away, because obviously we don't want to get leashed again near the Cypher machine. If we get leashed again, we're not going to be able to remove it at that point, because she's going to chase us. Did Painter just take 2 hits in the span of 30 seconds? Seriously? How fast were those 2 hits? We need to get another Cypher machine. We can't be doing that Cypher machine. I know we don't have... I know there has to be another Cypher machine here. There's only 3 Cyphers on each side, 1 at bridge. There can only be 7 Cyphers on the map. There has to be 1 more left on this side. Here's the bad news, guys. Because he died right there, it means that she's going to have an easy time pushing Cheerleader now. The fact that we were able to get away there with Tide was so important there. Even if she hit me, I would drag my leech away. And then we would be dying on the opposite side of the map. We would be able to freely do our Cypher machines. If she switches to anyone else, that should normally be like game losing for her, because people are not going to give easy hits. But that Painter, I think, gave 2 free easy hits in a row, or at least one of them was easy. And maybe he got blinked on the second hit or the first hit. Because now, even if she went after me, that actually would have been better for us, because I would have just dragged the leeches away. The Dream Leech would have to follow me, and my leech would have to follow me. At most, she could leech someone, but since the people are at full health, even if they get hit by the leech, they can still keep decoding, and the leech just disappears. Now we're going to have a really hard time finishing the last Cypher machine over there, because we don't have a Tide turner to escape from that side of the map if anyone ever goes down. But by the way, normally, as I was saying, before that good mercenary rescue, Dream Witch, when the leech is following her, and what do I mean by following? Following, when I say following, I mean it goes out of range of the red circle. When you guys play Dream Witch, you'll notice there's a red circle around you. That's the range you can go. When a leech goes outside of that range, it will automatically follow until it touches the person that it's following. That could be the main body, or it could be a survivor. Now, when it's doing that, it actually moves faster than if you were just manually controlling it. And that's why that Dream Witch was able to move so quickly. So if you guys have noticed it, you'll have noticed that that Dream Witch was moving so fast. She just took me from the corner of the map all the way to that Cypher. Normally not possible, but with the combination of Hospitality, that's an ability with Trump Card, by the way, increases your movement speed while you're carrying someone in balloons by, I think it is like 9%. Wow, that's actually the best item we could get. As Magician. It would be horrible as every other starter. So you guys can see the mess we formed here now. Now she's guarding multiple Cyphers at the same time. Okay, this is my opportunity to run now. Bye. I don't want to heal on this side of the map because she's going to leech me and corner me. And I could just say follow me. Because if she leeches me here, then we have a pretty easy escape path. Oh yeah, nice. We're going to heal the 2 people who are injured. This is perfect. We're both the people on chair too, so we are the most important people to heal right now. Although everyone wants to heal though, because we don't want anyone getting blinked to death. I'm actually going to want to heal him here, just to remove these crows. Healing does remove crows. Searching a chest does not, for the record, remove crows. But touching a brick wall on church does remove crows. So don't ask me. It doesn't really make sense. I guess it's because you can get terror shock breaking a wall. If you get hit while breaking a wall, and I don't mean from the other side, I mean if the hunter hits you on the same side, they literally attack you directly with their basic hit while you're breaking a wall. I don't know why you'd be doing that, but if you do, if that happens, you do just get terror shock. So I guess maybe that's why crows get removed by touching a brick wall, because it's anything that can make you get terror shocked, I guess. Although that's also not true, because vaulting a powder window does not remove crows. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know the logic behind brick walls. I'm a little bit scared to touch the cyber machine. Can we scout out the area to check for leeches first? Looks safe, looks safe. Unless there's someone behind there, but if someone comes from behind there, we're just going to be able to run away from it. We're going to decode as much as possible, and we're going to run now, right as she makes a leech. Because remember, it takes time to make a leech, so we can still get decode in while that's happening. You know, there's no rush, because after a leech is made, it has this animation of coming out of the ground that she literally cannot use it. So here's the strategy. Right now, we have everyone full health. She has no leeches on the field. We successfully reset it. She was not able to keep the pressure up. When we had multiple half-health people, that was a very dangerous position. But for some miracle, some way, she was not able to blink anyone to death. Now, what happens... Okay, this is bad. We do not want to be next to a leech with detention. Why? Because of blink. That's why. Now, if we get blinked, we're going to get blinked in the corner of the map, and there's nothing she'll be able to do to take advantage of that. As I was saying, though, in this state of the game, you want to be pulling the leeches away from the ciphers. And it's fine if they're near you, because if you're full health. If you're half health or if hunter has detention, you need to keep in mind to keep your distance. You don't want to be next to the leech. So at this point, we can start heading to the gate since it's almost about to be done. I'm the only guy with a leech. I will still prime it just in case something happens, like maybe main body gets there, maybe... Well, no, teleport's not possible. But yeah, just in case. Just in case. And we won. There we go. Really long game. Good start. Little, again, really cheesy that Dream Witch is able to do that, moving across the map. Because when you're following, you move faster than if you're just manually controlling. Even if you... By the way, same thing if you manually control and then let go and then stop looking at the leech and let it move on its own. That still counts as manually controlling. It'll still move regular hunter speed. Which is, you know, that's understandable. But why following is so much faster? I don't mind that because it does take a lot of time waiting for leeches. And I think Dream Witch needs that to stay competitive. But the fact she's able to do it in balloons... I've done it as Dream Witch. It's happened to me as Dream Witch. I mean, it just happened right now, this match. Ugh. Really, really underrated aspect of Dream Witch. You don't see it a lot, but when people know about it, it is so stupid. Like, the distance you can go. Very good kite die to other half of the map. That's great. That's great and all. But if I go to the other half of the map, we're going to die way quicker. It has to match with the kiting route. It has to match with the situation. I guess what I should have done is when I'm about to take that first hit, that was our best opportunity. But it anyway wouldn't be hard to just go across the bridge. I want to remind you guys that when people say die away from a cypher machine, that includes the distance hunter can walk. Alright, so if I die, if I take 2 hits really quickly just trying to die away from the cyber machines, not only do we get less decode now, but she anyway just carries me back on the other side of the map. Even without doing that crappy thing that she did with the long range thing. You know, just ease up on the back scene, please, because that doesn't even make sense in this situation. If I do that, not only do I die faster, but she anyway carries me back. It's better to just at least take the long kite. I'm not playing like Mercenary or like First Officer where I can just use my ability and Hunter can't hit me for the next, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. Since when does healing remove crows? You don't have to do a full heal. You just have to touch someone else and it removes crows. Where did the hunter spawn? Oh, shoot. That's really bad. Let's just say they spawned greenhouse. Oh no, hunter's nearby them. Okay. Decode the cipher machine. Genius advice there, Einstein. So if the hunter's near there, then greenhouse is going to be blocked. So there should be a cipher right here. Hold up. Didn't someone just say a cipher machine is locked? Thanks for the stream as always. Good night. Take care, Zacho. Have a good night, my man. I'm curious, where the hunter spawned? This is a Percy. Okay, they just spawned at tunnel. Okay. We got someone at hotel. Pretty good for Percy. You know, against Percy, I mean. Pretty bad for him if you were the Percy. Because there's windows. It's still not that bad, though. Just because the windows break over time. You can't kite forever. It's like, did you know that to win a match you need 3 survivors to escape? I did know that, I did. I'm really sorry to say that. But yeah, healing always removes crows from the beginning of the game. From the beginning of the game, healing removes crows. I don't know what this guy is waiting on. Someone is getting chased right now, and this is a perfect time. Maybe he's playing around teleport. Maybe he's crawling away from a cipher. Okay, in that case, that's fine. But if this guy has warp, then obviously you would not want to be waiting. Because our survivor is literally kiting for their life right now. We would rather have as many people up as much as possible to be constantly pressuring ciphers. Never want to have someone getting chased and someone else being knocked down, because then that's 2 people not decoding. Yeah, okay. So he's going to try to hide here. Let's see how that works out. I don't know about that hiding spot either. It could work. It could work. It could throw him off. Definitely did not work that time, though. He's dead. Man, look how deep in the building that is. Look at how far away from the stairs that is. I've never seen someone get hit in that corner before from this perspective. It's kind of cool. That doesn't do anything. He could dash here. Okay. Man, that animation time is so fast. I did it too early. Man, I did it a little bit too early. That's my bad. Percy, you just gotta get used to it. You just gotta get used to it, and after you get used to it, it's literally just another hunter. He actually didn't manage to get the jump off. That's really huge for us. I'm just gonna assume this guy has confined space, but in case he doesn't, we'll be in position. Okay. Oh, we don't make it. I didn't react fast enough. And I'm not playing that well right now. I'm not playing that well against Percy. It's like, did you know that to... I'm reading the same message again. It's because it highlights Psyche, so I just automatically read it, and I just assume I haven't read it before. At least we died far, but it wasn't a very good kite. That was a pretty awful kite. Pretty bad illusion. Did it way too early. You gotta be very exact with the illusion. Flywheel, you can be... Although, I'm pretty sure Flywheel also would have missed it. It's been a while since I've gone against Percy. Okay, we're just gonna pick myself up here. This is basically as good of a situation I'm gonna be in against Warp. Yeah, there we go. He's behind the window. Yeah, this is not a very good area still. We can stall it out with the man, I swear if I would have died again to that, I would have been so bad. I would have been pissed. Maybe he swings? Nah, I'm just dead. Oh no! What is he doing? Okay, let's take advantage of the wall here, because circular obstacles are the bane of Percy, because he cannot dash around them. Are you kidding me? Oh, the buff is actually working out for him. The buff is actually making a huge difference. I would have dodged it had it not been for the Percy buff. Okay, that time the Percy buff made a difference right there. He did catch me with the Percy buff. Man, this guy is going for such... I don't want to say bad because it is working out for him, but like these are such easy to dodge if you just expect it. You know, most Percies are not going to go for that. It used to be that you didn't have to worry about it predicting it because, you know, you would literally just be able to react to it. Okay, hopefully she can pop it. I don't know if she'll be able to. I mean, as long as the knight got a lot of dashes out. I know we got quite a bit of dashes out. Oh no, she's not going to get it. Oh, she is. She pinged 92. I got scared there. Okay, by the way, we're dead the next time we get knocked down. That's going to be it. Oh yeah, we got no windows. We got no windows. Don't go for that again. I'm telling you guys, this Percy, he's going for the most random stuff. Here comes the charge attack. No charge attack. Okay. Unfortunately, that wasn't a very good illusion. Because you can walk through it. What was that lag right there? Oh my goodness, he actually hit the illusion that time. Because the illusion protected us right there. I mean, so we can see him. Unfortunately, though, the dash is going to be able to cut off a lot of distance here. Maybe we can live here. Nice, bad warp. We're going to not vault immediately. Okay, never mind. He removed it. Well, we're dead at this point. Maybe? Maybe? Maybe, babe. Here comes the 1,000 presents. Man, can I stop freezing? I'd appreciate that game. This is meaningless at this point. We're not gonna get anything out of this match. Here comes the 1,000 presents, guys. Get ready for it. Am I ready? I don't know. He's getting so many dashes back. We don't stand a chance at this point. He did lose his 50 energy right there, though, so maybe we can pout stun him. This is gonna be the forever match. I don't know why he's so scared. Why is he so scared? He's shaking in his boots. Imagine how much... Imagine this pallet area back before it got nerfed. Yes, believe it or not, this pallet area used to be different, but it was... I told you! I literally told you it was coming. So now that it's gone, it's going to be a lot easier to use this area. Well, he obviously doesn't want to get stunned here, otherwise... You know... is there any way for us to make it to tunnel? It is possible. We have to be careful here because of that. Yeah, there it is. Maybe. It might be possible. I don't know. It's always possible, but I don't know why. What time is it? It's 8:50? Okay, I gotta end this match. We need to get a... We can still get 2 more matches if I just end this match. Psyche, did you know... Can that comment please go up so I can stop rereading it, please? Nah. I guess he just doesn't want to get stunned, but... He could very easily just activate full presence and then start swinging through the pallets, and we can't stun him. Although, that illusion, in the end, did save us from that charge attack. Gotta get your deductions. Think he was farming deductions? What deduction? Maybe his deduction was to try to hit people with the 1,000 presents. Is that a deduction? Seki, are you gonna participate in any tournaments anytime soon? Yeah, I'll be participating in the Seaside tournament with my team. Psyche, did you? Team is prototype, by the way. Psyche, did you? PRO is the abbreviation, by the way. Psyche, did you know that to tie a match you need 2 survivors? You guys are stupid, you know. Should we do an escapologist match? One escapologist match? I don't know, man. We got a journalist on our team. I don't know how many weird survivors we can have on our team. We already got someone who decodes slow and is not that great at kiting. Do we really want another guy who just has 2 abilities at the cost of literally Weeping Clown? I could play Weeping Clown instead of escapologist. I just don't understand what he offers compared to the other survivors. The other rescuers and the other harassers, you know. I just don't know what it adds. I haven't played Acrobat in so long. Alright. You keep making me read that comment in a loop, man. It's alright. That's on me. I just read anything that says Psyche in it immediately. Just in case. It's like, you know, it's a question, just in case. Psyche, are you gonna... Yeah, you see? You see I did it again? Good God, what is this line? And we got cowboy journalist. What was the other survivor? Oh shoot, where did the hunter spawn? Let's see. Okay, it's just the PP spawn. It's just the Call of Abyss PP spawn. We're fine. Is journalist bad? Not necessarily against Gomen or Opera Singer. But the problem with journalist is that she's a rescuer that is not guaranteed to do 3 severed kites. That's the issue with journalists. You know, if you're going to have someone with a decode debuff, you would also want them to be very reliable dungeon escapers or people who can escape out the gate just by kiting. It's just a whole survivor that the hunter cannot chase, basically limiting to just 3 people the hunter can chase, realistically. Not just early game, but also mid game and late game. It means that they can pressure dangerous cipher machines. It means that, like I said, they can do dungeon gates, dungeon escapes. They can do gates more safely, not worrying about getting teleported on. Their whole purpose is just they're a survivor that the hunter cannot chase at all points of the game. First Officer's great at that, Mercenary's great at that, Gravekeeper's great at that because he can take detention hits. You know, they all have some really huge advantage against the hunter at all stages of the game. Just some huge thing that is just like completely negates, not completely, you know, obviously the downside still exists, but they get such a huge benefit to their team. Not just for rescuing, but they are just unkillable survivors. They're good at kiting, and it's ironic to say this, but they're good at decoding. With Decode Divas, they're good at decoding because they can do the dangerous cipher machines that no one else really wants to do. Because they're just easy to start chases on against the hunter, no matter who the hunter is. So that's why you want to have a very strong rescuer. They are the backbone of your team. They are the ones who do all the dirty work, all the heavy lifting, all the pressuring, all the tinnitus giving. If the hunter is pressuring an almost prime cipher, they are the ones who are in charge of pressuring that cipher, and the hunter cannot really realistically kill that person as long as they know what they're doing. You know, it just puts an immense amount of pressure on the hunter without really doing anything, without directly being like a harasser or anything like that. They are very important. So when you have journalists who, you know, all she is just a good rescuer, that's not a good trade-off. You know, that's great and all, but there are rescuers who are not just good rescuers. They are great kiters, and because they are great kiters, they can do so many things that journalists cannot do. They can do dangerous cipher machines. They can do those gate escapes, dungeon escapes. They can safely pressure cipher machines. Their ability is not dependent on whether there's a really good pal that Little Bro can drop. Not to mention that even if it exists, is it even still there? Is it broken? You know, these are like all issues with journalists. So that's why I don't recommend journalists. Although, like I said, she is pretty nice against Opera and Gomen because their whole gameplay is kind of mind games and trying to pal stun them, which is very, you know, very risky to do. And Little Bro, you know, even if he goes down, it's basically like Mechanic Robot, except even more affordable. You get 3 of them, technically 4, if you've used already all of 3 of them on the first kite. If journalists were to lose the decoding debuff, how much better would that make her? You're still missing a key backbone in the sense that there's a survivor who, you know, still is just as chaseable as all the other ones. But at least it makes up for some of the downside. I will still say that, you know, rescuers are such a huge backbone. You know, they are the ones who, like, when someone gets chaired, and we need someone to pressure the chair just in case the hunter goes after the chair. We want someone to be able to... Sorry, goes after the gate instead of camping. We want someone to be able to do that. But in case the hunter does camp, we also need the survivor to be having a good enough ability to be able to escape and be able to kite. And maybe, just maybe, even get a dungeon or gate escape. That's why they're so important. And journalists just cannot do that. In that stage of the game, journalists is offering nothing. Okay. If only I had set up my ball ahead of time. Oh, you know what? I guess if I did any ball there, it would have been fine. I just took a free hit for no reason. I don't know why she returned her harpoon. She shouldn't have returned her harpoon so early. I had a white ball. I had the most useless ball in that situation. Right, I forgot. You need to set up ahead of time. It's been a hot minute, you know. Okay, she's coming back. Let's get out of here. Yeah, she's gonna keep covering the cipher here. Man, that really sucks that I took that hit for no reason. I just gave her the world's freest hit. If only I wasn't streaming, I'd be able to focus up. Yeah, like right now, guys, for example, journalists, if the hunter really wants to, journalists could easily get killed right here. This is a situation where even faster decoding would not matter, because what's more important is the ability to stay alive. You know, even if she decoded 10% faster right there, it's not like it would have made a difference. Okay, so he's gonna pressure now. I say we pop that cipher. We're not going for that. I guess I'll pressure. I'll give tinnitus. I think my ability is better in this area than Cowboy because there's really nothing to lasso on for him. But again, it all depends if the hunter immediately finds us. Unfortunately, the hunter... Yo, can I not lag? Why do I lag? I lagged. If I didn't lag, I would be around that rock sooner to use the ball. Oh, I didn't even have a chance to kite. That is so sad. The moment I stand up, I just freeze for half a second. Oh. It would have been really hard to reach the gate, but with a window boost, we could get to Shack, and if dungeon is near middle or Shack, which it wasn't middle, but if it was Shack, we could get dungeon. We just lost on a whole dungeon because of just BS lag right there. We just froze for half a second. 31 ping, by the way, just for no reason, just froze for half a second. Really unfortunate. We would have rounded the corner and been able to jump sooner had it not been for that. All right, we were able to get one extra match here. It's like you do realize there was another cipher at Shack, right? At what point are you asking that? I don't know what you mean. You're saying that I should have gone to Shack instead of doing what cipher? What cipher did I do after? I don't even remember that match. I'm sorry, man. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't play around announcement. You're right. I didn't play around announcement. I completely forgot about that. Shh. Oh. Hunter has wanted order. You mean announcement? Announcement. Oh yeah, you're right. Because Hunter had wanted order, we know they have announcement. That's what you mean. Yeah, that's something I just didn't think about that, man. I really feel like I'm getting backseated right now, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That is a good point. All right, we'll close it off with a thief match. Solo escape. Could be a tie escape. Could be a tie escape. All right. What's currently the most broken type of survivor in the game? I can't answer that question because it depends on the hunter. I can give you the most versatile survivor. I would say Magician is very versatile. Acrobat is very versatile. Those would be for kiting. If you wanted a survivor who is really good at rescuing, Mercenary is always good. He'll be able to body block endgame, maybe get someone out the gate. He can himself get dungeon escapes and gate escapes. They all have different purposes. There's no such thing as the most Oh, you're asking... Are you asking for the most broken survivor, or are you asking for the most broken class? You were watching me, and then you got a clown as Magician. Well, that's actually great, because Magician is really nice against clown. Alright, I don't know who she's fooling. Let's see. I don't know who she's fooling, guys. Vault that, please? No, she didn't vault. Okay, well, we can't really leave in that case. Okay, let's just do that then. Enjoy. I have plenty more. I'm never going to use these flashlights anyway. Oh, I shouldn't have slowed down there. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit now. Oh wait, we might not get hit. There we go. Do you have excitement? No, no excitement. Just in case. We do have Cowboy on the team, so... Okay, that's a stun. She also can't use her webs for a few seconds. Oh no, she can use it regardless. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, Flywheel doesn't do anything there. Flywheel's completely useless. Okay, we got to play around Blink here. Look at that. Playing around Blink is real. Just preventing line of sight here, just so she can't easily, like, blink here. That's the most important thing right now. It is what it is. I messed up there. Instead of going around, I should have just vaulted the window and should have done that. But I thought she would get blocked for 5 seconds there. I thought her ability would get blocked for 5 seconds. Or did it not get blocked for 5 seconds? Let's think about it. Let's think about it. She gets stunned for about 3, and then she spends like 2 seconds. I guess it was 5 seconds. It's just most of it was already in a stun anyway. Yeah. It's a little bit tough. Broken windows would definitely be better in this situation when we're just repeatedly using the same window. Like, we're not gonna leave anyway. This is really stupid. Well, we'll at least make it a long chair, but we're not gonna be able to win this game. It is what it is. Yeah, she actually doesn't even want to hit me here because right now... Oh man, I actually miscounted that completely. She does want to hit me there. I thought one more hit. I completely miscounted. I just immediately assumed. I wasn't doing the math in my head. So now the next web shot will be no presence. Or no cooldown, I mean. So really, no one should even rescue me right now. Which I don't think anyone was planning to anyway. But it's... Oh no, this guy... No. This guy is dead 100%. Watch how he dies. Double web spit, dead. Here it comes. Why is he even going for this? Hold up. Does he actually make it? No. He's dead. Watch this. Oh, he actually made it. Ugh. Can I... No, there's no way. Oh my god, that might... Nope, it didn't. Now I'm gonna stun you. That ball was almost really good. I wish it was really good. It's so sad we didn't remove that web. Blink? Blink predict? What is this? So sad, unfortunate. We might have been able to live there. Yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do. He tried his best. Not a whole lot we can do about that. We didn't get the blink out. We almost made it. We almost made it. Too bad. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait. She just messed up big time. No, never mind. She's playing Spider. Dang it, man. Oh. I don't know why she dropped there, because she could actually, I'm pretty sure she could walk around that ball, right? She walked around it the first time. Or maybe the reason she was able to walk around, let's see if I can walk through. No, okay, so she actually wouldn't be able to walk through. The reason she was able to walk through it the first time was because she actually wasn't behind. She was literally on the other side, so the ball didn't do anything. Too bad. Again, body blocks are not consistent. In another universe, we would have body blocked there. This time we didn't. You know, it is what it is. It happens. I mean, we could. No, I'm a little bit scared. They're both going for a gate when he's anyway going to make it out. He's probably not pinging that he's near the gate. Otherwise... Oh, no, I don't think he's going to get dungeon now. He didn't know. He just didn't know that he was near the gate. Okay, are we still going to win here? We're still going to win here, thankfully. I guess the cocoon just made him waste so much time. He realized too late, honestly. The spider just realized too late, and he got unlucky there. He just checked the wrong places. Okay, so even though in one universe we would have won by getting that body block there, we also win by him cocooning me and still not being able to find anyone. So I guess we still won in the end. But I'm shocked that the spider somehow missed that second hit. That flywheel wasn't really timed well. He definitely would have gotten hit there had she not missed. I think it was... in a way, the flywheel did help him, though, because it kind of, like... He didn't really go out of the way, though. Like, I was going to say the flywheel, like spazzes you out and goes in a different direction that they weren't expecting suddenly. Then he didn't really go in a different direction. He was still in the direction of the chair. We could watch that back. I'll try to. I can look more carefully to see what happened there. It's kind of hard from my perspective to see, but I have a feeling that she just straight up missed. I think she should have had that. She should have had that kill, and I shouldn't have given her that hit. I don't know why I thought, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then she gets a 4th hit on me when I'm already dead. And then she's 4.5 because of the web spit on the mercenary. So then the next person who gets spit on, she'll have a no cooldown spit. So 2 web spits in a row. So even a full health person will die. Let's see what happened there. And yeah, we can also go over where I messed up. It's pretty self-explanatory, but again, this is not a good strategy because I can literally see you through the holes in the wall. Again, maybe this hunter is just used to facing bad survivors, but like, how bad do you have to be? This is like basic knowledge. So right here, this is a really huge palstone here. Really huge palstone. Thank you so much, Snapple. Alright. You see, I should have gone to the window here, not to the side, but... Oh, did anyone see how long that, that actually... Or the pal. The pal was also fine there. I should have gone to the pal as well. But I'm also like, maybe we can remove her ability, but she was just too close. Maybe we can remove her ability and then stun her in time, but it wasn't enough. She was too fast, too close. At least we did a good job here, stalling out the blink, wasting her time instead of going the obvious route. And this wastes a lot of time. Again, another potential pal stun there, but it's not guaranteed what's better, like in a situation like that. When did Psyche change the donut sound? Literally this stream. I had someone donate literally this stream, and I realized that the dono that I changed is not even updated, so I had to go back and fix it. And then it worked. Thank you so much, Snapple, though. So you can see here, this was I should have prevented this hit by vaulting the window or doing something, and then she wouldn't be able to do that full presence. So that's another mistake on my end. Pretty big mistake, because now it means it's pretty easy to kill this fire investigator. Let's see, what happened here? Did she just straight up miss? Yeah, I guess the flywheel did throw her off. I guess the flywheel threw her off. Yeah. Man, imagine if I had gone on the other side. Well, it actually doesn't matter because she can just drop down anywhere. I don't think that stun actually did anything. That stun didn't do anything. But it's not like we can anyway go a far distance from the fire investigator. No, but if I didn't do that though, we'd also be right next to him. Yeah, that was really bad by me. I played this match really bad. It's crazy. It's crazy how much bad crap I have to say in a game that we won. That's how you improve at the game. And this is about myself. This is about myself. This is not even about other people. At this point, it was just like a luck fest. You know, he guessed wrong. He unfortunately didn't find anyone. Let's see where he checked. So right there, I'm surprised he didn't see that fire investigator's shadow right there, but he's just not looking in the right direction. I'm sure he would see him right there if he just looked around the corner. Now it's a little bit too late. Okay, game is lagging. Hello, game. There we go. Alright. But yeah, she checked the wrong gate. She checked the wrong gate. She thought someone would come. No one came. Right here, she gets tinnitus for a little bit. Yeah, this lag is insane. The game is way behind right now. Yeah, she's walking backwards now. Yeah, so we got very lucky there. We got very lucky there. I mean, good game sense from our teammates not doing that gate. I wonder if like they were immediately on the gate, could they have just immediately done it? But here's the thing. Whoever was doing that gate probably does not think that there's like a ball in the way blocking the chair. And then she has to waste time cocooning me. Had it not been for that, they definitely would have... I don't think they would have made the gate if they'd gone for it. So I think that was fine. You know, it is the safer play anyway. Hiding, man, hiding. Even though no one is trying to hide, like, in the way that people think of hiding, like hiding behind like when hunters are near you. Running away. Running away is basically a form of hiding, and right there, completely screwed the hunter over because they just fell too far behind. They just fell too... Oh, we're about to hit our 900th costume. 899 costume for Fair Lady. That's not for Fair Lady. That's all my costumes in total, though. It's just that skin is the 899th for Fair Lady. Happened to be, it was Fair Lady. Yes, let's cancel. And claim my free rewards. And I didn't even share. Alright. I guess 899 costumes are Fair Lady. Alright. Overall, pretty decent session. Played that last 2 matches pretty bad. But yeah. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Pretty decent day today. Magician, man. Magician's a great survivor. Such a great all-around survivor. I'm saying that as if Magician saved the game. Did he save the game? I mean, we did a really good Kite against that Dream Witch. This Chinatown match leaves much to be desired. We don't talk about that. And we won 7 games. Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. We'll do 1 hunter match. I think so. I think we'll do 1 hunter match. We won 7 games. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got a best seduction on a lot of these. You don't really see best seduction on Survivor unless that guy kited or did a really good endgame kite. I don't even know. Okay. I guess it's because the person he wasn't killing is that match, so that doesn't really count. And yeah, pretty decent day today. Pretty decent. All right, guys. Check out First Officer, Lost Sailor, B-Skin. Cool, cool, cool. 5 stars, champion. Okay. Not bad. Ban mechanic. Let's just ban these 2. I'm gonna play Go Man here. Psyche, which IB crossover skin did you get? I don't even remember the crossover anymore. What skins were for that crossover? Was it like the one with the picture, the art museum? Was that the crossover? The options were Ripper, Journalist, and Coordinator, right? I picked Coordinator. I picked Coordinator. If that's the crossover you're talking about. Try matching this right with something having a critique your rescue ability. True story? Did I actually do that against you, Lancer? It's like, why do you ban Knight? Because I'm gonna play Gomen here, and Knight is pretty good against Gomen. I'm just banning stuff that is good against Gomen, really, because I'm already expecting to play Gomen. They are playing Mechanic though, which is gonna be annoying for Gomen. Mechanic actually getting value. It's more so just because of the hunter I'm playing. He is a very good survivor against Goman. He's also a great rescuer all around. Very annoying to chase. I'm just banning him because he's good against Goman. Really, all the other rescuers besides First Officer, they're not that good against Goman. Wildling can be good, but you can also get surprise attacked as well, and you might not get on your pig in time. He's definitely pretty good too, though. Honestly, there's a lot of great rescuers, but 9 mana. At least with First Officer, you can just do 1 watch, and with Wildling, his pig lasts pretty short. What are you doing? Like, man, come on, come on. What are we doing here, man? She just doesn't know where I spawn. Honestly, that's just what happened. She just doesn't know where I spawn. She tried to hide in a locker. She's funny though. She's funny. I'll give her that. I want her to drop a pallet here so we can do my little trick. Look at that, guys. Look at that. She can't even vault them, but I can just go right through the wall. That's why I wanted to wait there. I didn't want to do it too early, because if I drop the cage and she kites me, then we're not going to get any value. Definitely want to break these pallets. I should have faster pallet breaking. One of these days, I'll remember to take off insolence. One of these days, man, I'll remember. So yeah, is anyone gonna rescue? 1, 2, 3. The problem is the robot could rescue here. That is another reason why Goman is not so good against Mechanic. She's not using her robot. She must have not even dropped it. She didn't drop it. I am gonna cage here. We can stop this rescue after half. Are you even gonna at least break the cage? I do want to hit him here at least before the cage timer runs out. Look at this. This cage is actually still blocking his way from hooking. That was a great cage. Although I'm not gonna lie, that was mostly because he just teleported to the outside. That was on him, really. So then the inside is still there because I put the outside there first. So yeah, the mechanic just didn't drop her robot here. A little bit sad for her. We definitely want to chase the injured survivor here, especially Patient. I mean, come on. That was a really good cage. Okay. Kind of messing up here. Patience, and yeah, we got it. A little bit close there, but it does last 9 seconds. And I'll cheer here, why not? We might catch someone from far with this chair. I think I like it better than this one, especially because there's not a pal like right next to the chair. And now if we find this person from far, we might be able to, you know, just double hit. We'll see. What's he gonna do? Okay, this is good. This is good. Now he's not gonna make it. You see, that's the advantage of that chair placement. We definitely want to prevent a lasso here. There we go. I think he would have made that. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure he's even in range, to be honest. Nice. Very good cage. Again, cutting him off. Taking advantage of this little hole in the wall so we can get a little bit closer to him. Ensure that we catch him in the cage. And at this point, we could just double up here. Make sure he can't break the cage and rescue still. Are you gonna leave? Yep. Because right now, in that situation, the one way he could rescue is if he breaks the cage before I can hit him. Oh yeah, there's nothing here, man. I'm sorry. Lasso? Lasso? Love Psyche complimenting himself for his own cages. Unfortunately, that's how Hunter works. It's all about whether you can play well. What can I say? Unfortunately, look, just be happy I'm not a Hunter main, because this is what you'd be hearing all game. Wow. Psyche with the amazing cage, part 2. Turns out this guy would have struggled out. Okay, no, we would have cheered him right there before he struggled out. I think that chair might be? No, that chair's further away. Do you ever feel dizzy playing Go Man and going into the cage back and forth? Not really. I got used to it. You make Go Man look easy to play. These survivors are making Go Man also look very easy to play, though. If they stick at pallets, you know, it's a lot harder. Then again, that mechanic stayed at the 3 pallet. You know, anyone probably would have dropped both those pallets and then try to move on to the next pallet and then just keep dropping pallets in his way because, you know, as long as you're not on the edge of the cage, you can't get good value out of the cage. Except that, like I did to the mechanic, placing the cage perfectly makes it so she can't vault the pallets, and I go through the wall. A little bit of like an advanced trick that I recently learned from Ling, I think his name was. Ling. Why haven't you considered being a Hunter player? Well, that's a good question. I do consider it more often nowadays because it's really hard nowadays to play Survivor. It's a lot easier to play Hunter. Not just in today's meta, but you also get honestly, you get a lot more recognition for playing Hunter well than Survivors. I mean, it's a lot more likely that, especially if you make it to Call of Abyss and you do really well there, and you get admitted to like a big name team there, it's the Hunter players doing all the work. It's the Hunter players' perspective that's always being shown. So if you are a very good Hunter, you also get more merchandise being sold. I mean, you just get a lot more recognition in general. And in a game where your individual skill matters a lot, you know, Survivor and individual skill matters so much, but you can't control everyone else. So if you are a very mechanically skilled player, Hunter would probably be better for you than Survivor because you can do all of God's work as Survivor, and it doesn't matter if someone else fails the rescue or just dies instantly as soon as Hunter leaves you. That's a good point. I do think about it more often, but when I first started the game, I wanted to play with my brother because he was back then. He was the one who playing the game. He started from day one. He was grinding the game 8 hours a day. I kid you not, playing the game from afternoon to night, afternoon and evening rank, and then quick matches in between. He was grinding the game so much. He loved the game so much. He was always on the top 3 leaderboard in season 1, but eventually he burned out. Around December or January, he stopped playing very often. And that's right when I was around the time of like playing competitively. When I was, you know, when I stopped procrastinating my homework and did it earlier so that I have time to play rank. Because technically I was playing sooner. But what's it called? But I wasn't playing rank. I was just always stuck at Griffin because I would never play rank because I was always watch this. Oh, I thought we were gonna get stuck there for a second. That would have been embarrassing. Okay, we're fine. Oh, I didn't even realize there's a fort on the team. Okay, we should be careful about that then. I just gave a free rescue. Nice, perfect. Do you want to do an instant rescue? You do. That's crazy. Nope, he changed his mind. Okay, I'd still love an instant rescue here. That would still be great for me. Good, we baited him. In a way, that pallet stun helped us. Just because he's more inclined to do an instant rescue now. No! Oh my goodness, I almost messed that up. There is like half a second where you can still walk in the cage while it's being made. Or you could walk out, vice versa. Dang, I was hoping she would waste the pallet right there. This guy is going to be in a lot of trouble right here. Oh no, we kind of put him inside the pallet though. Flywheel? Oh, we're not going to hit him. Dang it. Missed out on a hit. Nice. We get our hit back though. Not really a worthy hit, but you know, that's technically maybe one less cage. If we can get another cheeky hit on him. Which I think I will. I'm going to save my energy, just going to go for a basic hit here, so next cage just kills him anyway. Because think about it, it's going to be a lot harder to get a basic hit without a cage, unless he's rescuing. That's really the only way we're going to get a free hit. So now one cage will kill him in the future. He's not going to go for a forward stun. Is he? That was such a bad cage. I thought he was about to. We're going to lose the perfumer now because of that. Oh, that was really bad. We might lose now. Let's see. It's not over still. We can still find the perfumer. We do have a lot of energy to spare as well. Oh, this guy did a mistake. Now he's going to be far from the chair. Ah, shoot, they double rescued. Man, who's double rescuing? I guess Magician might need double rescue help, right? Oh my... You helped on the rescue? Was it you? Okay, got him. Yeah, that's another hit right there. Just gotta play around the flywheel. No flywheel. I'm gonna... We're gonna take the hit. He's pressuring us. Nice, good stuff. Is he still pressuring? No, he's not. Pick up immediately. I really want to get this forward on chair. If we can get people on chair when everyone is injured, this is how we are gonna win the game. Now we do still have to wait out this cage timer. It's gonna end right about now. He's not gonna struggle out. Just to make sure, you know, as long as we can pick him up. I don't want any funny business with footballing through the cage right as I make it. Oh, there they are. Yeah, now they're in trouble. I don't know about using a cage so early. It's a little bit too easy to Magician Illusion. We need to bait it out first. Yeah, now he's on cooldown. Yeah, this is much better now. Flywheel? He already used Flywheel though, actually, right? Did he? I don't remember. Alright. I don't know why the perfumer was there. How did she do the rescue? Was it the prisoner that did the rescue? That was some really bad positioning there. But I was watching the ciphers because I was expecting her to go do a cipher machine. That would have been the best play to do there. Also, I need to change my build. I need to have Pastor Public. Yeah, I didn't even have to look for it. The people here, you know, they make it a little bit easy. I'm not gonna lie. Not even a little bit, very easy. Like, you do a major mistake. You know, and we did kill him. But honestly, if I'm being honest, he could have survived there. He could have survived, dropped the pallet. That would have been really bad. We wouldn't have even had him knocked down. We would just lose the perfumer. Yeah, that was a really bad cage on my forward. Someone told me perfumer is good against Go-Man. Is that true? It really depends. I would say if you can stall out the first few seconds of the cage, yes. But the problem with Go-Man is that if he has a second cage, he just uses the second cage while you're on cooldown. She works great with Cheerleader though, so there's something. Oh, I just banned Priestess last game on Arms Factor. You know what? It's still fine. There are times where she could long portal through like a wall and a pallet and escape the cage, which we don't want. Yeah, we definitely want to ban Priestess here. She could just portal right through a building and it'll ignore the wall. Now, she's the only survivor who can pass through the wall as long as the portal goes through a building or something like that. Even though regular like walls with pallets, you know, if she just goes on the long side and portals out, she could portal out the cage. Detrimental survivor for Goman for sure. It's like you're robbing match or begging. Alright, I will play Axeboy here. It actually is pretty good here for Axeboy. Just because every time you go upstairs, you do get a purple soul on you, which is how he kills people. Purple souls. The Magician's mistake? What was the Magician's mistake again? Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake that he went into the cage and then I could hit him, which not only hits him but also deletes the cage, which is what I want, because now a second cage will cut him off from the chair. So remember, that is something important about Go-Man, guys. Keep in mind, don't let yourself get teleported through a cage away from the chair, because then he's gonna pass through, hit you, and now there's no cage. See, this is why I don't really play Axeboy, guys. You have time to break the tree even if you spawn on them. It's crazy. We got a little bit lucky there. Now, that is not luck where the soul spawns. Based off where your Axeboy character is facing, that's where the first two souls will spawn. So right here, the souls will spawn right there. Which doesn't really matter in this case. This is mostly just to get rid of his buff. When you break a tree, when you have no souls on you, you're not going to get a purple soul the first time you walk out. Now he's going to get a purple soul. I don't know if I want to use it. It's a little bit risky. Yeah, you see? He's dodging it. I'm glad I'm being patient. Now it's going to be a guaranteed hit here. Still a guaranteed hit. Kind of a waste of a flywheel. He could have saved that for a fireball. Now this fireball is in like danger of killing him. In fact, he has a second fireball now. I'm still going to hold on to the Soulster, because a patient Axeboy is the scariest Axeboy. You're just wasting distance trying to dodge a soul that he's not using. And we're also going to get basement on top of that. Just patience. Let them slow themselves down, and then even if you miss the soul, once you're close enough, that speed boost you get alone will kill them. So, I mean, I used to play Axeboy back when he was a, you know, a more meta hunter. Back when he was, you know, A tier, debatably S tier, honestly. Hold up, I'm gonna go with this. You definitely don't ever want to get caught with 1 out of 3 branches or 0 out of 3 with Axeboy. You never know when you're gonna need 2 trees or more. Again, same thing. We're gonna be patient here. We do have to break one of these, because this guy already dropped the other pallets, but very narrow area. Again, very tough for him to dodge in that situation. Okay, we can't do anything about that. He's just gonna pop it. It is what it is. Can he pop it? Let's see. I guess no, I guess he doesn't pop it. I'm just gonna go back just in case there's a double rescue. And I called it. Oh, that was a really bad rescue. Nice. We'll definitely take it. He's going to pop that Cypher. No point in pressuring it. It would have been a waste of time, waste of my ability. He would have popped it before I make it. And now I might kill him. But then I'm anyway going to have to go back for the Composer. So, like, what's the point? Okay, did Prosecutor just Magnet her? Prosecutor literally just Magnet her. I'm going to try to go for the Snipe because this soul's going to run out anyway. We can try. You know, there's no harm in missing because we're anyway going to pick her up. And by the time he comes back to rescue, the soul is gone. They only last 30 seconds. So many small numbers and things about Exploit. And by the way, these things are essential to know if you want to kite Exploit. Knowing how long the purple soul lasts on you, knowing that the way you place a tree affects where the souls spawn. That way you're not like that mercenary who just unexpectedly gets hit by a soul. When really that's his fault. If he knew about that, he would not be getting hit. He would go to the left instead of the right. Because now, then yeah, that way he wouldn't at least be on top of the soul. But he didn't know. He didn't know, and I don't know how he's going to dodge this. This is a very narrow area. Damn it, he dodged it anyway. Okay, well, it's after half. Let's just force the rescue. She is going to use her first ability here of the game. She went upstairs. That's a big mistake because you slow yourself down. And you also get a purple soul. I'm just going to use the blink here. Don't see corner house shaking. Oh, fake 8 shaking. Axel is one of those hunters where if you don't know every little thing, you are bound to get quote-unquote unlucky. But the more you learn about Axel, the more you realize there's a lot of numbers involved. That purple souls don't just randomly disappear. Purple souls don't like randomly circle you. They have an exact pattern. They always go from the right to the left. You know, for example, right now. Okay, he should have held that. This narrow area will be the downfall against Axway as well. I mean, you're not gonna have enough time to avoid the purple soul before it circles you. Okay, get rid of the magnet. You'll notice now there's no magnet. He still has another one. Hey, we actually hit him right there, guys. Hit his survivors. Did you see that? Plus 200 for hitting him. But it was a flywheel, so it didn't count the damage. And they surrendered. So yeah, if that mercenary at the start of the game, instead of running to the right, he ran to the left, the souls still would have split in both directions, but at least he wouldn't be on top of the soul. It just made it so easy to hit him at the start of the game, and we're just looking for just one hit, and then they have to waste time healing him. That's time he's not decoding, that's time someone else is not decoding, and then I can just go ahead and chase someone else while all that is going on. Preferably even the target who wanted to heal him, because now he's still not healing. But that's not going to get... That's unlikely to happen. That was beautiful. Thank you for playing Exploit. No problem. Yeah, I love Exploit, but at the start of the game, when you could just immediately break the tree now... Honestly, if that mercenary just immediately elbow padded away as soon as I placed the second tree, I'm not even sure if the debuff would have gotten used. Because if you leave the tree in the first 2 seconds after he planted it, you don't get a soul at all. Because the souls haven't spawned yet. So that's another thing is actually, you can't put the tree until they're close enough to you, so that way they don't just walk out and they don't get a soul. But the thing is, if they break a tree, even if you do that, the first tree they leave is guaranteed to not give you a soul for 30 seconds. And then if you... It depends what gets used first. If you use the buff first, then the buff prematurely disappears and you don't get a soul. If you don't get a chance to use it, then it will disappear after 30 seconds naturally. So... Obviously, as a survivor, the best strategy in that case is to just don't break the tree, prime the tree, and then when you get a heartbeat and he's about to chase you, then break the tree and you still keep the buff while still having the benefits of destroying the first tree. Because logically, guys, you don't just stop the first tree, you also stop the second tree. Because when he plants the second tree and you just walk out, you don't get a purple soul, and the purple soul is what he needs to kill you. The tree is also what he needs to kill you, and you just walk out of that entirely. Now he needs a second tree that he planted, but really it's his third one that you're dealing with. Is Sculptor not meta anymore? Yeah, she's not meta anymore, but she's still an amazing hunter. It depends on the team comp, and you have to think carefully. You know, avoiding stuff like Mercenary and Patient would be ideal. If you go against stuff like Patient, then you can still block his hook, but especially nowadays with the faster animation, You're really just guessing where he's gonna go. But if you spam enough statues, it might work. But then again, it's kind of like with Axeploit, but with the Survivor side. You know, it's a guessing game. Do you think the sculptor's gonna spam her statues, or do you think the sculptor's gonna wait and try to wait for you to see you use your hook first? But you know, it kind of sucks for both sides, really. Is Sculptor Tournament viable? Unfortunately, no, because there's just better hunters. She's a good hunter herself. It's just, why would you play Sculptor when, you know, when wax artists can have better chases on maps like Chinatown? Because there's very few tall walls or ever sleeping, and he can also cover ciphers pretty effectively. I mean, his range is insane. Insane range on those what's it called? There's a survivor that spawns behind that building, by the way. But we just found 2 of them right here, so... I'm definitely not going to chase the guy who's already at pallets. We're going to chase the guy out in the open. That's how things go as Goblin. Ooh, yeah, you're in trouble. You're in major trouble. She even used the drink, too, so we wasted an ability. Can you pick up? Where do we want to chair her? Here is fine. This is fine. I would have preferred the chair over there next to that wall, but it doesn't always spawn. It is what it is. Not a big deal. Okay, so he is going to use the cane right there. We're just going to force an early rescue. We're just going to do the same thing. Good flywheel, but guys, now she's away from the rocket chair again. We're actually going to be able to get another hit here. Which actually, I need to save my cages to be able to kill the barmaid. I think I will not do that. Okay, that makes it a lot easier to farm her now. Cool. And again, we're going to chair her. We don't really have anything to do right now. I guess I'll just vault these windows while I'm waiting. Okay, vault that 3 times. Now whoever vaults that'll immediately break. Okay, one more vault here, and now whoever vaults this, it will immediately break. So it looks like you can still vault, but if you look carefully, you guys will see the wall is crumbling. The look of the wall slightly changes. Am I full presence or not? It's hard for me to tell. I'm not. You can tell because my cage doesn't have a yellow arrow by it yet. In the ability icons. Let's hold the cage. We don't have to be we don't have to be so greedy, you know. Dang it. I wasn't watching. Just hit that wall, unfortunately. Okay, again, this is a guaranteed hit because she's just going on in the open. That was a very bad pallet. We're just going to be able to glitch right through. Oh, we actually can't because it's inside a building. Okay, I guess we'll do this then. Can you break me out, please? Thank you. And you're dead. She actually freed me. I was stuck. So yeah, you can do that if there's not a building in the way. You gotta be mindful, I guess. That's the best thing. You learn with practice, right? We definitely want to force a rescue here as soon as possible. Is that they can see me right now, so they're probably going this way. Yeah. It's just Perfumer. Let's not waste the cages. She's not going to use her perfume. Interesting. Let's see. Now she is. I'll use another one. I'm not sure if it's going to be on time or if the cage is going to run out. I don't think I actually needed that cage. I'm pretty sure that was a waste. You know, considering she rescued, but even if she didn't rescue, I'm pretty sure the cage still would have lasted long enough. Yeah, you see how she's like trying to see around the corner if I'm gonna cage? She's trying to see what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we gotta be careful here because that server's almost primed. Okay, that's a farm. Definitely gonna prioritize killing the psychologist. Maybe we can stop the Cypher machine, maybe. I'm definitely gonna use the cage here. Dang it. Can we stop it in time? No? Oh, okay, well she got Terror Shock, so that works for me. Should have used the 15-meter cage here. It's just if we use the 15-meter cage, we're gonna be behind the wall. But obviously that's still better than not catching her at all. So yeah, that's actually 98, 97. It's not one tab, but literally 2 seconds of decoding and it's gonna pop. Let's use the cage. And I'm just gonna do basic hits regularly. Yeah. I could even wait until my cages come back. I should have done that. That was actually the right play, to just wait until your cages come back. No, that was not a good cage. Should have done a 9-meter. Flywheel? Flywheel? No flywheel. Dungeon is right here. I'll just play it safe. We could probably make it to the other gate. If we guess correct. I don't know if we will. We'll see. Let's see if we guess correct. Don't see her there. I don't see her there either. Oh no, there she is. No, we're not gonna catch her. Almost. You didn't know Gomez can get stuck like that? Well, it's because I tried doing the thing where, like, you purposefully trap yourself with the cage so that when you teleport back and forth, instead of appearing behind the pal, you appear through the wall. You just go right through the wall. So that pal that psychologist dropped in front of me, if there was not a building in the way, what I would do is I would teleport from that side to the other side, and then I go backwards again, and it'll teleport me through the pal on the other side, same side as the psychologist, because there's not enough space for me. Even though I was able to make the cage originally with space, there's no space to move. So that way, when I go back and forth, it just won't spawn me there again. And that applies to survivors as well. The survivor would not be able to be on the other side of the pal. They would always spawn on the same side as the pal. Just same side as where I spawn. They could try vaulting the pal, but that would not work because it's too close to the cage. When the powder window is too close to the cage, it will not let you vault it. So the powder is literally unusable. Oh god, they're playing Priestess. Uh-oh. It's like, do you like shooter games? I do, but I don't play a lot of them. Games like Call of Duty, I don't like because it just feels like you die instantly. Like, you get spotted, a little mistake in position, and you're just dead instantly. So I'm not a fan of Call of Duty, stuff like that. Or games where you just die, you shoot for like 2 seconds, or 1 second, guy is just dead. Not a fan of those kinds of games, but I played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. I like that game a lot better. It's a lot more creative too, a lot more fun. I feel like. And you don't die, most importantly, you don't die instantly. There is one character that seemingly instantly kills you. That would be Camel Cactus. You just get headshot 2 times and you're dead. And because you cannot heal past half health, you can actually get 1 shot by him. That's like the closest form of instant death. There's Chompers, which also can instantly kill you, but it's a lot easier to avoid them, and they're not that good. Oh, did I go Goman? Uh-oh. Oh no, I went Goman. I'm not so confident in this one, guys. Stay out with Priestess. Let's see. If she does a good portal, they could totally catch me. Okay, I should have gone Forester, by the way. Let's see if she uses the pallet. Maybe she does not. Man, I have the wrong build again. Let's see. Thank you for standing there. That's so kind of you. No, it's not working? Hold up. Oh, I messed it up. No, there we go. Got it. You just gotta think about it in the right perspective. I'm not gonna use the cage because just in case she speeds up, and she did indeed speed up. What the hell is going on here? Stop this crap. The tree vaults this. Oh! We actually found an even better target. Nice! We caught both of them. Honestly, if we don't deal with the Priestess, she's just gonna keep portaling this cheerleader out of the cage, and I don't want to risk that. Definitely now is a good time to pressure, though. We can even just stand here and hold my cage out. This is a way to pressure the Cypher. Of course, unless she's going to be the one rescuing here. Which she's not. Flywheel? No flywheel. Yeah, this is a rough team comp. Cheerleader's fine. It's just the forward and priestess can be difficult to deal with. Even barmaid right now is going to get value because of bad cage, but I think we should still hit her unless she has flywheel. No flywheel. Again, that's the thing about Go, man. A small mistake in positioning, and just like that, you're taking a hit. But where did this cheerleader go? Did she use a speed boost here last second? Or is she just sitting right here? Shoot, I lost her. Man, I just lost a cheerleader. I literally looked away for a little bit. That's so bad of me. How did I lose her? What am I doing? Oh, man. Betting that there's like a forward nearby. Man, what am I doing? I think she ran to shack. I didn't look. I'm mistaken. I got mistaked. I wasn't counting how long Tide turn was lasting. Very important. I didn't see how long Tide turn still had left. If you know how long it has left, you can figure out where they went. But I don't remember if it was like 3 seconds left, 5 seconds, or 7 seconds. There's a huge difference in how far they could have walked in all of those. You know, and that's not counting. Okay, well, it is what it is. Am I gonna make it? No! Look, I gotta be careful here. I would love to hit the barmaid, but good on her. She's actually not decoding the cipher machine. Otherwise, are you really going for them? Okay, we're just gonna drop. Okay, he's not even gonna hit it. I'll take the free hit though. We got a really nice chair right here. Thank you for the scrumptious chair. Now, she might struggle free. That would be a bummer. Okay, no. Okay, let's see what she does. Force an instant rescue here. Ideal. I mean, this is just a game of attrition at this point. Okay. I was expecting her to portal sooner. We actually could have hit her there. But yeah, we gotta be careful here. Am I gonna make it? The power boost might actually save her. I messed up. Messed up big time. Let's pick up. We can still keep chasing her. She can't get that far away. I think we'll keep putting on the pressure. The problem is the portal. I can't. I actually can't because of hospital. Hospital's existence. If it wasn't exactly hospital, pretty sure she's just dead there. Like, there's no other portal that would just completely save her right there. I knew they were healing. I just don't know where. So sad. Again, this is why you ban Priestess, especially in hospital against Goldman. I mean, it's my mistake for not killing her, obviously, but you travel through that cage and you're not making this rescue. I did another bad cage right there. That was a really bad cage. We could have stopped that rescue entirely. Man, look at how far she went. She took the cage and teleports the other side. I'm playing really bad now. They have a really good cipher split too. Problem is that I can't really camp this forward. I mean, I also have to though, because it's on the cipher machine. But if I don't, then Barmy just rescues here. We could force him to double rescue, I guess. Now they have to double rescue. Okay, there they are. I see them coming. It's Priestess. Is the Cypher primed? What's going on? We're gonna pick up. We need to kill her. Oh, the portal is helping me. Okay, she's not rescuing immediately. Smart player. Smart move. Why are the ciphers not being decoded? There we go. Someone is decoding finally. But I can't go after, otherwise they're just gonna pop this one. Oh, I really messed up this game. What am I doing? flywheel. Oh, we still have football left. Is this ever primed? It is primed. Ah. I don't know if we're gonna make it, guys. I really messed up. Got him. Okay. No one was on the gate, but again, we might not find anyone. Honestly, a little bit. Oh, I see them right there. Why are they going near the gate? Oh. Game sense moment? Are you guys... No, they were actually just hogging the gate? Oh! Sneaky! Are they actually gonna get it? Oh my god, I didn't see them there. I didn't see them there. Oh man. I did not see them there. I should have had that. That should have been a win. I just didn't think they would be doing that gate. Because I can easily kill them. That was such an easy kill. That was so easy. I didn't think they would do that because logically, game sense wise, that's an instant kill. But man, that I made so many mistakes there and we still came that close to winning. But yeah. Hospital. Of course, if it weren't for Hospital, that Priestess would just be dead way sooner. That's another thing. A lot of things there. You know, mostly my mistakes, but that Priestess... Oh, Priestess is such a stupid character. Especially against Goman. We don't have any bans, but GG's to them. I just need to play better. We can easily win that. That was a very easy win. As long as we... Again, the forward stun was so bad, so... Should have had that. It is what it is. It wasn't even a stun. Mind you, it wasn't even a stun. That's my bad. I just didn't see them there. I just didn't see it. I wasn't even looking, in all honesty. I just didn't think they would do that. Gotta get I can't be thinking like that. I just gotta prepare for literally every little thing. I can't be like, oh yeah, well, if they know it's Goman, if they know how this works, they know they won't make that gate. I shouldn't assume that. I know they won't make that gate, but they might not know that, and they might still be going for that. I should have been thinking more like that. That was my bad entirely. Also, on top of that, remember that rescue on the forward? That was another huge mistake. Cutting off the forward, and we barely didn't stop that rescue because my cage was too big. It allowed him to literally rescue. We could have stopped a rescue there. There's so many mistakes I did, and it's not just that it allowed him to rescue, but the barmaid literally went across the map because of that too. Completely went across the map. Because of that cage, before I was able to kill that that person. It's a huge mistake there. This is really awkward for him. Problem is that these pouts are still here, but our hitbox is so nice. I mean, ideally we'd force out balls, but... First one wasn't that good, and I don't know why he didn't use the second and third. You're playing aggressive, and that's fine. The aggressiveness would have worked, but I'm just not consistent enough. Just not consistent enough. Let's see if they rescue. There's no tinnitus, so I'm not gonna rescue. That's after half. We could even blink here if we need to, but with that pallet, probably not. I don't know about that route. Man, too bad. Should have had that last game. Why is it so white outside? Whoa, hold up. Was that here? What was that? Okay, there we go. Honestly, I was half expecting to get stunned there. That's a good ability. Is he gonna survive though? Sucks. Oh, man was ready for the blink. Crazy. He's gonna die here. Now I'm just playing stupid. Okay, now I'm just playing dumb. I'm giving opportunities to save this kite. That was an opportunity that you just missed out on. Trying to be careful here. If I'm being honest, I didn't even play around flywheel. We could have flywheeled that soon. Well, you're gonna run out of energy. I don't even feel like it's worth going after you. I'd like to hit the Embalmer. I don't even want to hit the robot. The robot is low on energy. Yeah. Honestly, this guy hasn't been playing that bad. He didn't immediately vault the window. Had I immediately made the cage, that would have been the world's worst cage. It's nice, it's just robot. Don't worry about it. Robot just ran out because we got a notification of mechanic's location. Even if you don't kill the robot, if it runs out of battery, then that counts as killing it. And so the game tells you where mechanic is anyway. A lot of people may not realize that. That's why you never let the robot die, guys. Never let it die. Not just because it gives snipes, but also because it's going to reveal your location. I'm not that interested in Embalmer. You can go. Okay, we stopped her. Cool. Good stuff. That was much better than the forward game. We let that forward get a rescue right there. Let's test for tinnitus. Okay. So we know where you are then. Somewhere over here. Now I guess he could be on the other side of the map, hypothetically. But this area is more likely, I would say. Maybe we can see him. Don't think so. If he didn't go for the mechanic rescue, then I don't think he was on that side of the map. He must have been on this side, rounding the corner. We got him now. You must have a coffin on dungeon, right? Sir? Well played, my man. It is what it is. We don't have enough cages to stop that. It's too far away. We got pretty close, but we anyway can't kill him. Joseph, why do you write like that? Sadly, the game Plants vs. Zombies doesn't get more updates, but the servers are still alive. This feels like I'm watching a documentary. Or like some science report. They just always say, you just said you love Plants vs. Zombies, and then the next sentence is like, sadly, the game Plants vs. Zombies. Like, don't worry, we know which game you're talking about. We know which game. Alright. We'll work more on Gomen another time. Clearly he needs some work. It's not that good. I don't play Hunter like I used to, and I definitely don't play the S tier Hunters as much as I used to. That being said, the S tier back then used to be way different. I don't know, guys. The S tier Hunters nowadays, it feels so cheap to even play them. They're just way too good. They're just way too good. They're like on a whole different scale of this game. Don't do Joseph dirty like You know it's true. Oh, you know it's true. Zombies mode in Call of Abyss is entertaining. Like, oh yeah, like the tower defense kind of. I know it's not tower defense. I just don't know what you call it. Survival. I don't know. Yeah, I've definitely seen it. I've definitely seen it. Very small amounts, but I've seen it. Man, we're just gearing you to find the rescuers first. Happened with that X-Play match too. He has used football here. Interesting, no football? It's not that it's terrible for us. It's just that, you know, we don't want to be chasing the slower decoders first. We have to break this. Actually, man, got stuck there. Actually would have hit him had it not been for that. Flywheel? Yep, there's the flywheel. Maybe should have waited for that. Like, maybe should have charged my attack. Okay, we have, I think, a decent abnormal right there. Definitely gonna chair right here. Is this decent? Don't ask me what these people are doing. We got 0 decode on the field. Oh, it's novice. I thought this was acrobat first. I don't know how that's counting, but it's counting. He's back on that Cypher machine. Man, too bad. We just didn't have good abnormal value because my mana just didn't decode. Ironic how abnormal's actually biting us in the butt. Even though we got chair on a Cypher. It's kind of funny. No, that's not where I wanted to dash. Honestly, I don't even think we can abnormal that safely. It's too risky. We're not gonna have shadows. Okay, my man. Hold up. Maybe we can bait out like Tear Shock or something. Or like he just doesn't rescue. Too bad. He almost did like a pattern right there. Are we gonna make this? We do. Yeah, I don't think abnormal's gonna get any value, guys. 0 value abnormal, damn. Rest in peace, abnormal. Is my man preparing a rocket? I'm sorry, dude, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man, I'm sorry. They did him dirty, I know. Wait, maybe we can... Nope. 100% going after this guy. I think we are going to have to break one of these pallets. We have a shadow at the other pallet. It's gonna vault it, but we don't even need it. Yeah, this is not good. I'm thinking the plan is going to be teleport trump card right here. On the damaged novelist. He doesn't even have a book. This should be a free kill. Again, there's no way we can afford to camp. We're gonna tie if we camp. It just doesn't make sense. Like Barmaid's obviously gonna rescue. Now I know they do get a free heal, but unfortunately Barmaid's just gonna get that value. It is what it is. No, they're probably gonna do that Cypher next, but it's not the end of the world. It means that this is a little bit of a better Cypher reach for us now. This way. Just gotta make sure we guard this basement, but Not gonna give an instant rescue, that's for sure. Okay. Well, that's really bad for her. Why did she do that? Just exposed her location just like that? Screw that guy. We can probably kill her, right? If I can't kill her... Do I have to pick her up? I think I have to pick her up. Because they're gonna have that Cypher primed. Wait, they healed? Okay, well, I guess I should have went after them, right? Too bad. I think this is still a fine situation for us, in all honesty. We just have to make sure we don't give a free book to this guy. Uh-oh. Okay. Wait, the Cypher's not primed anyway. So that's why I'm so confused why the barmaid pressured the Cypher so hard, because the enemy wasn't primed. I could tell because it went from like the 80%, like below 80% sound effect to above 80%. There's a special sound effect for every 20% of a Cypher. And you know, below 20 there's no sound, but after 20 there's a unique sound effect. So I don't know why they were pushing so hard. I thought at the very least, since it's above 80, I thought they would go for the Cypher after I killed the barmaid, but I thought they would rush it down and they would get it. They would get it if I try to go after it, but I don't know. I don't know why they healed. Don't know why they healed. Oh, whatever. We brought him to us. I guess it did the job. Definitely that double rescue, though. The double rescue is pretty good on their part. I'm just a little bit surprised that they didn't opt to do a different time machine. I guess they realized they don't have time, maybe? Maybe they just realized they don't have time. Definitely abnormal that game didn't do anything. In a way, maybe I should have just abnormal that 20%. Maybe that was the play. Because logically speaking, let's think about it logically. How, like, you know, what's going to happen after the rescue? I'm going to hit the novelist, and the forward's just going to football away. And even if I kill him quickly, it's going to be away from the Cypher. So I guess I should just use the abnormal right then and there while I had the chance. The other thing I could go for is I could try to go for a farm. But if it doesn't work out, then they're still not going to decode the Cypher. I still wouldn't get more than 20%. Like, let's say I get the farm, right? It's not like the Cypher would be any higher than 20. Even if I get the farm and I chair there again, it's not like they're going to decode the Cypher in front of me for me to abnormal it later. I should have just used the abnormal right then and there, because if I used the abnormal right then and there, then when I kill the forward, I would have been able to stop that novice before he pops God Corner. Because right as I kill the forward, Novel's popped. Turns out abnormaling that 20%. It technically wasn't 20% because it wasn't even making noise, but abnormaling that 18% or so, it still would have been worth it. Turns out. It's really bad. I mean, come on. They already know we're coming. Oh, nice. They don't know that two people spawn at Shack with the spawns, so they just ran next to each other straight to the same Cypher. It is what it is. At least we get his ability out. It's something. What build do I have? I actually don't have confined space. This is really bad. Is it that bad? Is he gonna vault it? No way he's not gonna vault it. Guys, can you believe that the first two people I find are both the rescuers? You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't make this stuff up. You really can't. I wonder if he went backwards. Maybe we can fool him a little bit? Okay, I guess it kind of worked. But yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot to do here. Let's see what he does. He's just going to football again. Oh. Hospital in a nutshell, guys, right? That's not in range. Okay, well that's my bad as well. That's tough. Maybe we should have gone after them there? That's a really hard call to make, though. Like, what's better, Knight or forward? Like, who knows at that point? Knight is in a really strong area. Forward is more out in the open. But it's still really bad. Yeah, I don't want to blame it too much on finding the rescuer, but it did play a really big part. Just time and time again, we're finding the rescuer first, which, you know, no matter how you put it, if he presses his button, it is guaranteed to last longer than, like, Mind's Eye. Like, literally, both of them spawn on top of each other. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, 40%. Okay, we know where two of them are. Yeah, we also can't farm him because of Knight. Knight's gonna be harassing me as well. I guess we just have to wait. I guess that's gonna be the best move, probably. Okay, we can still... Let's cheer at statue. Okay, they just popped shy. Or maybe I should just entirely, you know, ignore Knight and forward and just try to find the other two survivors. They are better for us. The problem is one of them guaranteed spawns hospital. So really we're just down to one survivor that we can chase. I'd love a farm here. Nice. I don't know why he didn't move to the next pallet right there. This is rough. That was really bad. I didn't think I'd get caught by the beast there. Unfortunately, we can't really dash either because she keeps getting in the way. That's the other issue. And even the faster vault, it's so annoying to deal with. They realistically have two ciphers they can work on right now. They could realistically work on statue and they could work on ruins. I don't know how we're going to be able to win this game. I don't think we can. We're going to need a hope for a terror, like a lucky teleport on the end game. Is it even worth it normally? Problem is he's ready for it. I'm not going to do it. It's already primed. The only good news... and then I do that. The only good news is he used all his abilities, and we know where Entomologist and Mind's Eye are. They're not near the gate, that's for sure. But the problem is, like, do we guess that they're just working on the gate, or do we just can't, you know? Guess let's check. Ooh, I'm playing bad. Ooh, I'm playing bad. I'm getting stuck on everything. Okay, that was really bad for her. Okay. I mean, it's not over. It's definitely not over. Do we try to beat them? Or do we think they're gonna rescue? Probably gonna rescue, right? Oh no, what did I even hit? I hit something. I hit the same shadow. Oh, I gotta stop today, man. I gotta stop. I think that's enough ID roots for today. No, shadow, don't disappear. Okay, it didn't disappear. Holy crap, if I miss that... Oh, I'm still playing bad, though. Yeah, last game for me today, guys. We're gonna pick up Knight first, and that'll be the win. Actually, let's pick you up first because you're down on chair. I don't remember if Knight said on chair. Even if Knight picks himself up, it doesn't matter. Really bad game, really sloppy, I guess, but you know, they were doing a good job at body blocking. And, you know, forward Knight, that's a rough start for sure. Yeah, he offers a bit rusty a bit, you think so? Just the big guys. You know, there was the option of going after that Knight and abnormaling his Cypher. I just don't think we can maintain... I don't think we can maintain pressure for long enough. Stopping Ruins and Statue, you know, if we abnormal Ruins, they're just going to go do Statue. There's no way I can stop both Ruins and Statue with a full health Knight. You know, even if I knock down Entomologist again at Statue, Knight just goes back on his Cypher. I think we had to save the trade there. There's also the issue that Abnormal has an animation time. So once the Cypher's primed, you really can't Abnormal because they're just going to pop. If he was at least... no, I don't see a way. Like, even if we bait it. I guess if we bait it and he pops, that would be the one way. Yeah, it would be a decent way. Decent method is just that the guys who just rescued, they're just going to go straight to the hospital. We're anyway not going to be able to kill them. But it would be better. It would be better. At least it would be an instant kill right after they pop. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, we'll return with more Survivor gameplay, more Survivor streams. But in the meantime, if you guys enjoy the stream, be sure to give it a like. Be sure to comment, subscribe if you're new around here. We stream every Monday and Thursday, usually from 8 to 10 EST. That's when Ranked Match is, so appreciate you guys all sticking around. And yeah, I will see you guys all later. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, everybody. I'm not even looking at the camera. Peace out, everybody. Take care.